Good morning, good people. How is everybody doing this morning? Can you hear me okay?
Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? All right, somebody let me know they can hear me. No, we don't want that. Yes, we can hear me. Thank you. I'm going to put me on the. There we are. There's the stream. All right, let me go back here and say good morning to everybody. Sorry, guys. I was combing my hair and brushing my teeth. The clock in the bathroom said it's 8:59. Come out here and it says it's 9:03. And I'm like, Denise, this is wrong. I am not setting every single clock in this house to the same time just so you can be on time for your live stream. I'm like, why not? She said, deal with it. Good morning, Frankie. Good morning, Mark. Good morning, Miss Denise Kidder. I'll be right back, she says. Okay. Good morning, Demon Rat 71. All right. I got to get my cheat sheet here so I could try and remember everybody's names. You can start now, Rob. I'm here. You betcha, Mark. I will then. Good morning, Mr. Russell. And Mark the Berg Hunter's here. Good morning, sir. Hello, Mr. OOO. And Mr. Dennis is here. KCMD, kicking cancer, metal detecting. No detecting for me. We're getting hammered by a snowstorm, ice and rain. Yeah, I've talked to a lot of people, Mark, over the last few days, and everybody's snowed in. I even watched Merrill's video the other day where they couldn't dig that deep because the ground was just freezing up on them. 12 to 18 inches here starting this afternoon. Holy smokes. And I'm upset it's going down to 55 Tuesday when we go to Detect Tuesday. Get this ad off my. All right. All right. All right. I got me on the side camera. That's still too loud. All right. That's better. All righty, guys. I've got both cameras set up here. And it was so cold here last night, 54. I almost died. Dennis, do you have some kind of heat you can use in that van, Dennis, without the engine running? Uh-oh. Who's calling me this morning? And what did I do with my phone? It's Mr. Park Rat Pat. How did I miss him? Oh, well, he rang twice. Come on, phone. All righty. Let's see who else is here this morning. 54 sounds like a heat wave. To us, Russell, that's cold. Sorry, it only rang twice.
I'm at your live stream.
Yes, sir.
But you're not live. Not on my computer anyway.
Well, I am now. Everybody's answering me.
All I see is the thumbnail.
No, I'm live now because I'm watching myself on my second computer.
Huh.
I didn't get on until 9:03. Somebody tell me that they can see me and hear me. Great, Rob. We hear you just fine. Yeah, I just came in a little bit late, Pat.
All right, let me see if I can figure it out on my end.
Okay. Pat's like, you're not live. There's just a thumbnail there. Good morning, Miss Holly, and happy birthday. Yes, but she's on this morning. Miss Holly Bogrowski is my cousin, guys. She's the person I stay with when I go up to Maryland to go visit family and metal detect and hopefully get to Ocean City. KCL's here. Good morning, KCL. Frankie says we're at 46 here in South Carolina with rain. Hurry up and finish your eggs, bacon, and toast, Rob. Yeah, sorry, Mark. Like I say, I don't have all the clocks coordinated. The bathroom clock apparently is 2 minutes behind these living room clocks. Pat's already saying to send a link. So let me do that. And I will do that. All righty, Pat, it's been posted, sir. Good morning, Mr. Jim Steele. Good morning, Mr. Tones. I was just watching you and Merrill mudlarking the, I was ready to say the Thames because I watched the lady Nicola that mudlarks the Thames. I was ready to say, I saw you guys mudlarking the Thames. I saw you guys mudlarking Dead Horse Bay, and I saw your new three-prong trowel. I had one of those I used to do for tot lots, Lou. It worked perfect in the wood chips and tot lots until you leave it there, then you come back and it's not there anymore. Denise, thank you. You're welcome. And I can't believe I thought it was just going to be a short video that just got a few views, but it's over 120 views already, Denise. We're going to try and go out if the Jim Steele, good morning. Indiana Tones, good morning. I'm just scrolling backwards to make sure I see everybody. Miss Holly. All right, I think I'm caught up with everybody. KCL. Oh, Iffy Signals. Good morning, Iffy Signals. We see you and hear you. Thank you. Then the problem's on Pat's end, not mine. All righty. Pat must have got it figured out. There you are, Pat. In your normal Zoom spot. Pat needs to refresh. Yes, thank you, Mark. We can't hear you though, Pat. No sound. There you go.
Okay. So I muted my sound because on my end I'm hearing Rob say everything twice.
Yeah, because I got my other computer on, but I got it down really low. All right. That should take care of that, Pat. Has that helped you?
No, everything. Good.
Good morning, Mr. Tommy. Welcome.
30-second delay here.
Yes, I don't know why, but you're I'm talking to you on my regular TV, but if you're saying there's a delay, you're going through the stream on my other computer. I don't know why. Okay. Got 10 likes already this morning. Thank you folks very much.
Yeah. I want to make sure I have this figured out. Usually I do this on my phone.
And what are you doing it on this morning?
I don't have any problems.
What are you doing on this morning? Your tablet?
No, I'm doing it on the laptop this morning.
Okay.
But I have to be in the mayor's video stream after this.
Oh, so you want to try it out here first?
And as a guest.
Well, you're working okay. I don't know why there's a delay, but you're coming through okay. Man, I moved everything around so I would look a little lighter today and not as dark. Yeah, that seems to help a little bit. But thank you, Denise. Everybody's saying busy to everybody. Mr. Florida Knox, Mr. Dalton is in the room this morning. Thanks for getting up, Mr. Florida Knox. And he comes in perfect for my segue, guys. I'm going to be putting out a video today, hopefully around 1 p.m. after the stream ends. And it's going to be a giveaway, guys. And we're giving away several things. And the giveaway is going to be related to Mr. Florida Knox and his 2020 fines. That's all I'm going to say right now. But guys, when you leave Marlon's stream this morning, and maybe Liz's stream is over, you guys can come back and watch. It's just going to be an 8 or 9 minute video on my giveaway, and we're going to be giving away big silver and possibly a nice big, beautiful copper round replica of an American gold coin. Ooh, that looks nice. That's coming out nice. Hey, it looks like I have a laser on you, but that's just my camera.
That is nice.
Yeah, there's the front and there's the back. It's the replica of that gold coin that my buddy Clearwood and Mike found. And it's a 1 ounce round. So what you need, folks, need to do, you guys are all 16 of you here are getting in early, is you're going to watch my giveaway video and then go back to the Equinox Hits Silver's Hotspot video, which was mine and Dalton's last hunt of the year that I published on, about a week ago. And you're going to leave your comment there, your guesses there for the contest, for the giveaway. And then I'll log everybody in from that video. So we're going to try a little different this time. Me and Pat keep brainstorming, trying to come up with some new and exciting ideas for our subscribers and our viewers. And so Mr. Dalton, Mark wants to know if you're watching the stream on another device besides the one you have set up, Pat.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and jump off here and then try jumping back on, see if that corrects the lag.
Okay.
If
All
not,
right.
I'll jump off and get back on with my phone.
Okay, that sounds good. All right. So Dennis said he's going up to, where did Dennis say he was going to hunt today? Fort Lauderdale, did you say, or Fort Meade? We've hunted Fort Meade, Dennis. There's some good old properties up in Fort Meade. I know, Mark, you usually have some really good ideas and some helpful hints on how to do the stream, so thank you. He's gonna try logging off and logging back on, Mark. I already asked him, Dalton. He's changing devices right now, but I already asked him. He is I guess 23. Mark says. Well, Mark, since you're having fun and doing a guest like Martin does from Relic Recovery, Randolph Relic Recovery, I will give the 15 people in here a clue. That is too low, and that's all I'm saying. But all right, Pat's coming back in. All right.
Okay, so looks like I'm back.
Well, you're right there. So
Okay, so can any of you hear the talk lag, or is it just me?
yeah, does anybody hear me echoing or having a second screen? Because see, I've got my computer going right next to me, so I can see the stream and the amount of thumbs up and all that good stuff and make sure I'm going. But I've got the sound turned down. Just you, Dennis says. Bill says there's no. Countryside Russell says you're the one that's lagging, and Tommy says it's clear on his end, and Mark says no echo or no lag.
Okay, so if it's just me, then I can put up with it. I just
Okay.
want to make sure everybody else is all, you know.
Thanks, everybody. But we got some good videos coming out soon, too, guys. Demon Rat says, I think it's you. I don't have any lag or double sound good. No, not from Rob. Pat's voice is in and out. Yeah, as you move away from your phone, Pat, your voice fades.
It's not my phone, it's my laptop.
Oh, okay. Well, see, that came through nice and clear. So, but anyway, guys, getting that door up yesterday, Pat, really helped out with the noise coming from Mike's room.
Yeah. Yeah, because at his age, he can be pretty rowdy.
Well, yeah, I know. I mean, I got the drum set going in there. I can't,
Yeah.
Well, it helps him too because
all his buddies from the senior center practicing their slide whistles.
I'm telling you, it's when you get the 6-piece band going in there, it's pretty loud. But well, both him and Denise tell me I'm loud on the computer and I'm loud on the phone. Mr. Knox says Tuesday could be epic, Mr. Pat. Yeah, I've already told him, Dalton. He's clearing his schedule and he's driving over to. Well, I don't want to say to our side of Florida, guys. We're going to meet Mr. Pat not quite halfway. He's probably going to have an hour and a half, 2-hour drive to us, and Dalton and I are going to have almost an hour drive towards the center of the state near Ocala. What about where we're going to be? Denise is in there going, don't tell nobody. They don't need to know where you're at. Honey, we're not even giving the city. We're just saying it's near Ocala. There's a lot of places to hunt near Ocala.
Yeah.
So
Forward to it. I mean,
yes, we'll be getting the four Musketeers back together. The boys are back in town title I had in my video. It'll be me, Dalton, Simon, and Mr. Pat on 5 acres of property.
it's it, man. The Nut House crew returns.
And Denise says she needs a sign. She needs a signed thank you card with some green slid inside from you, Dalton, and Simon for letting me go Tuesday because the tiling's not done. But that gives me a half a day today, and I've got nothing on my schedule tomorrow, so I'll be tiling all day tomorrow too. My buddy Steve's coming over Thursday, and if I get the tiling done around the outlets in the bathroom, he's going to put the final outlets in and hook the plates up and hook the GFI up, and hopefully if I get the tiling done, so he can. Right now he's just got a temporary plug in there, but we're going to hopefully if I get the tiling done around the sink, he'll put all the official electric in, and then we'll be able to put the plates on, and it'll look all finished. Miss Kay,
this would have been a lot easier if you had gone with peel and stick. Yeah,
I tried telling her that, Pat, but she not only picked out the most hard to cut tile, the glass tile. The trim is actually called glass pencils. That's how tricky the stuff I'm dealing with, Pat. Mr. Wayne's here, Pat. Your buddy Wayne's here. Denise says there's no crying in baseball. Suck it up and put the tile down she bought. Good morning, Mr. Wayne.
That's it. I'm trying to read the comments.
Dalton says, how about a Bucks win next Sunday, Denise? He's trying to butter you up. Casey L says the Ocala area is cool. Yeah, well, we do real well. That's the home area of the Groney boys, Casey. I mean, we're not going to be in Ocala, but I'm just giving a general area of the state we're going to be in. I'm not even actually sure the name of the town we're going to be in.
We got Ski Searcher.
It was great meeting Wayne and his wife. She didn't hunt with us, but she came to our club's meeting. Wayne and his wife signed up to be members of our club, and that entitles them to the 2 barbecue picnics we have and the fun hunts we have over at Fort DeSoto Park. Wayne can also do the fort hunt with us if he wants in the spring in 2 months. And then it entitles them to our beautiful Christmas dinner at the Yacht Club with the chef with the big white hat carving the roast beef for us. And Mr. Tommy says, if you and Rob have the time, you guys are welcome up to the 1850s town. I have permission that we found a bunch of good stuff at the large. He seeds the Indians. All right, your last sentence I don't understand, but if it's a largie and Indians, we're there. Ski Searcher, good morning. Park Rat Pat is in the house, he says. Yes, he is.
Yes, he is. Still trying to figure out this.
And Miss Kay is driving to Florida Hunt 7 all the way from Texas with a friend, guys. As far as I know right now, she's the person driving the furthest. There might be a couple people flying in, but as far as I know, Miss Kay's driving the furthest. So, yeah, I was just watching Lou and Merrill's video out there at Dead Horse Bay. Man, they were finding silver coins and old vintage jewelry. Merrill found a little brown bottle that he gave and put in Lou's bucket there. That's a good idea, bringing that Home Depot bucket, Lou. I think if I ever get out there, well, I'm going to rephrase that, and I'm going to say not if. I am going to make it a personal point that I am going to get to New York and hunt with you guys, and I am going to do Dead Horse Bay. I am dead set on wanting to do that because it does look like the best mudlarking site I've ever seen in the United States.
Mm-hmm. It's a great location. I'm not even down for mudlarking, but it does look like fun when he's out there.
Yeah, I mean, because like you say, Pat, I did watch your end of the year beach video with
Corey Smith,
with Treasure Bunny or Bunny,
yeah,
whatever,
yeah.
And that is a pretty freaking cool Jeep he has.
Yeah, dude, that thing is unstoppable.
It
it's
looks
like
pretty incredible.
apocalyptic ready.
Good morning, Life and Times of Barney Taylor. Good morning.
Good morning, Clarks.
Good morning, Clark. See, I'm not even down there yet.
Now, I'm going to hop off here, get back on my phone, and see if it takes
See if
care
that
of the
takes care of the
buffering
lag.
thing for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good morning, Mr. Marlin. Your guest is trying out his your future guest today is trying out his stream appearance on his phone and his iPad or his tablet and his laptop to see which one it works better at. So he's a good guest for you. Look at Dalton's ears popping up. Did he stay largy? Okay, and again, I guess Tommy's phone's auto correcting. It says Margie, Cedars, Indians, and V Nichols. So I'm going to assume that means Largies, seeded, Indians. Well, I know they did find a seeded, so that's probably what that Cedars means. Mr. Clark's Cove, Mr. and Mrs. Robert and Melissa, who are chomping at the bit to get to Florida Hunt 7. We now have 10, 20 days. That is it. Less than 3 weeks. 17 hours straight through, Barney says for Kay. I don't think she's coming straight through, Barney. I think she's giving herself 3 days to get here. Man, how come I just can't get this any brighter? But I'm pumped. You can come, Pat. Good stuff. Thanks you, Dalton. Yeah, I'm hoping Tuesday turns out to be real well too. Sometimes when we get ourselves so pumped for a property, and it doesn't deliver, we get disappointed. But we'll also could be in the same area that Dalton has a huge church permission that we've been hitting for over a year now, and I think we're over. Well, Dalton will probably correct me here. I know we're over a dozen silvers, including Dalton's very first silver $50, which turned out to be a walker, which you guys will see in the giveaway video later today. So after you guys watch Marlon's live stream, and if if Liz's live stream still going on, when you get done, I will be posting a giveaway video today that's going to run till midnight next Saturday night. We're giving away Dalton's Silver Walking Liberty. Actually, no, we're not. He's going to freak out if I said this. This is one of my own. It is a 1941. And we're also giving away a silver GW. And we're giving away up to 5 or 6 silver dimes. So there could be up to 9 to 10 prizes in this, depending on how much you folks want to participate in the giveaway. "19 days," Casey says. Yeah, that dead horse bay is loaded, Casey says. It sure looks loaded. Wow, I get so far behind on this. Hey, guys, I watched a live stream from a couple of big channels the other day, and I participated in it, and a lot of you folks were there. And it was an interesting chat between those two folks. But, guys, I actually turned it off after 20 minutes because I left all kind of comments and questions, and neither one of the two hosts, there was a guy in there on StreamYard, just like Pat was in here. Neither one of the two of them ever glanced over at the comments. They just had a conversation between themselves. And if the audience didn't keep themselves occupied with each other, but, you folks do give me a lot of feedback and let me know you like my streams and you like the interaction. And that's what I like. So you guys let me know if you want me to do it this way, or if you just want me to have some guest on and never talk to you folks. I don't feel comfortable that way. This part of us is going hunting. See y'all. Barney Tiller, have a great day. I'm glad you're somewhere that the ground's good enough that you can go hunting. Have a very good day today. Hope you find some good stuff. Ski Searcher saying hi to everybody. Florida Hunt 7, here we come. Clark's Cove says. Post the link again. Yes, sir. There you go, Pat. It should be coming through any second. And Kay says, food great items, Barney. I love everybody's phone correct. I believe she meant find. Every time I type in Dalton to my phone, for some reason, my phone thinks his name is Walton. So Troy keeps sending me texts saying, who's Walton? And I'm like, it's Dalton, Troy. You know that. And I don't know how many times I've typed it in and corrected my phone. It still goes back. Here's some links, Pat. Oh, that's hilarious, Mark, because I can see the links on my scroll. Thank you, Marlon. Anthony's in the room. Good morning. I just put the link up, Pat. Metal Detecting with V. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome. Brooklyn Treasure Hunters here. Good morning. And Mr. Pat is there.
Okay, looks like I'm back.
You are back, and it looks like you can sound good. Looking good. Feeling good.
Not seeing an echo on this part, so yeah, I know Marlon's in here. I'm gonna end up doing your stream on my phone, so I may have to go to the live stream and have you post a link like Rob did for me to get over there, because I'm not sure how to do it otherwise. But still a learning curve.
We were gonna sure, Mark says, sure, go ahead and ignore us, Rob. I just can't do that, Mark. I just don't know how to do it. Can you do me a favor and try and turn those blinds to see if it helps with the light any better? Nobody will see you're naked.
Well, except for that reflection in the window.
Are you there? Yeah. Well, let's hit the wrong one then. Try the other one. Hold on, we're changing the lighting atmosphere here.
What happened to this morning? Why did it?
Go the other way, the other way. Yeah, that's not helping either. Oh well. Yeah, I know. It looked better this morning.
Can you open your door?
Oh yeah, if you can open the door.
Look, we can open doors.
We can
here.
open doors. That's right. It's not minus 47 degrees. I see the problem. All that light's behind me, so it's not helping me.
I'm trying to read the comments.
This one looks good. That one looks too dark.
It looks like
See, that's the way everybody's seeing it though.
Really?
Looks like Marlon said from your messenger, Pat. And it's like, I'm not sure how to do this because I'm doing it all on my phone, and that's where my messenger is.
Kay says she prefers the host and guest interaction. Thank you,
Put the
Kay.
link in the messenger. I see what he's saying. Never mind.
Fantastic, Tommy. Thank you. But no, you're looking good, sound good, Pat.
Good deal. Now, if I can just remember where I put my dang sody fizz, I think I'll be all right.
Okay, now we have another person in the room who's asking what Florida Hunt 7 is. I love when I get to describe Florida Hunt 7. Somebody asked that in last week's hunt. Ski Searcher, it is an organized hunt that is being held up near Gainesville, Florida, which we consider North Florida. It's not super North Florida, but it's 2 hours north of where I'm at in Tampa Bay. It's an organized hunt. It's over the 19th and 20th. Excuse me. Well, it's from the 19th to the 21st of February. Friday the 19th is the meet and greet at a local restaurant where the organizer, Greg Papalo, basically gets to meet everybody and organizes and gives our wristbands and all that good stuff, our packet and everything. And then the hunt is Saturday and Sunday. The Saturday hunt is, I guess, what you would call what, Pat, the sponsored hunt on Saturday?
Yeah, that's going to be the big event, where we've got all the giveaways and prizes and everything like that. And then
it's
Sunday,
a big organized hunt, Ski Searcher, over 500 acres of natural ground. It's not a seeded hunt. It's a natural hunt where you find what's been naturally sitting in the ground since this area of Florida was settled in the 1850s. There was an 1850s largie found there last year. There was a half riel found there last year. I found a 1912 barber. Troy found a slide lock plate off a U.S. Army
that was pretty cool.
From a ammo caisson from the Seminole Indian War that the historian dated to 1835, pre-Civil War. Simon found a slide lock plate with a crown on it off a British-made lock. Several
Fitting.
Indian head pennies were found. All of us found Wheaties, and I think it was Tommy that found that toy shotgun that we all thought was real at first. I think it was Tommy that found that. So yeah, it's an organized hunt. It's not seated. It's open natural hunt. It's $50 for Saturday and Sunday. We come in, I think, at 4th. They also have a catering truck there that's like a big barbecue pit truck that's there. They're doing a chicken barbecue with all the fixings, and they have like a huge circus tent set up with the picnic tables that we can all have lunch under. And
It's going to be even bigger this year, which is just amazing because we had a ball last year, and now there's even more people on board. Kelly Co's going to be there with a booth. Butch from American Digger Magazine is going to be there, probably doing an article, talking to people, having some fun himself. This year,
KG
I talked with Greg. I think instead of going with the wristbands, it's going to be neck tattoos that say paid. So be ready for that.
or tattoo FH7 on your neck. So yeah,
that's it. You know?
KG and Ringier are supposed to be there from the old Diggers TV show.
But don't let that hold you back. Come on out anyway.
That's right. That's right. Pat's going to have a booth set up where he's going to be giving out autographs on picture with signed 8x10 glossies. So
and we are raffling off a Micro Pro grill from Tupperware. Now this is a $200 grill you put in your microwave, but it will do your steaks with the grill marks right on them. You can do meats in there, you can do cakes in there, casseroles in there.
I can't believe I'm letting you do a Tupperware promo on my live stream.
It's a $200 item. It is a great item, and all the money we raise from the ticket sales will go to the charity. So, you know, a bucket
Boom, there
ticket,
you go.
6 for $5. It's all about helping out the men and women who have already helped us out, and we're happy to be.
It's a charity thing. The $50 fee is a complete donation that goes to the name the organization, Pat.
It is Soldiers Freedom Outdoors.
Soldiers Freedom Outdoors.
They heal the hidden wounds of war by giving the soldiers an outlet, a peaceful place, whether it's horseback riding and now metal detecting, because so many people are donating detectors to leave there.
I did not know that, Pat.
So many people and organizations. I believe Garrett or Kelly Co. will be donating some refurb detectors as well. And so it's going to be something we can leave there for the guys to use to help them with their relaxation. Excuse me, guys and girls. And again, it's all charitable. So nobody who's involved in organizing this is making a dime for themselves. Greg doesn't make 1 penny off of this, and he puts more time into getting this organized than any of us. I mean, man will be up till 2 a.m. every morning dealing with people, talking with vendors, answering letters. So this is all a big labor of love on everybody's part.
I'm thinking about setting up the little light over here coming down on me. Can you do that? That's great. Yeah, so definitely all helps the soldiers that are coming back. They have horse therapy lessons there. They have fishing. They have canoeing. And this is a big part of their yearly budget, this hunt. Jim, thank you very much. The biggest reason I get on your stream is for the interaction. Well, you're definitely getting interaction with talkers, me and Pat on here.
We are going to blow it out this year. Mike Boyles is he's going to have a jug at the meet and greet. And if he collects $250, he will show up at the hunt with what's called a monkey tail beard. I don't know if you've seen that.
Who's this?
But it's a beard that wraps around all the way around and then comes across mustache-wise to look like a monkey's tail.
Well, that's cool.
So yeah, you know, that's an extra $250 for the charity. If you see him with his jar at the meet and greet, throw in $5. We got to get him there.
There you go. Hey, let me tell you something. When I shaved my head last year, I was hoping to raise $100 for the charity organization. And hell, Clerk Co took care of that with the first donation, and we wound up over $750. So, you know, when it's a good cause, people get generous.
And, you know, it was awesome to see when you gave them that check and they took you on a tour of facility. just the volume and the amount of food that goes through this place really lets you know the need that is out there.
I had no idea that they were part of a nationwide organization. Look at that. People might actually be able to see me now. There's
Hopefully
probably
they
computers.
see.
There's probably computer screens cracking all over the place.
I'm gonna go bring the laptop back in for my wife to use it, and I'll plan on using my phone when I'm doing Marlins. But I'll be right back, people.
Okay. Yeah, not bad. Oh, I just turned it down. I know. Stop touching buttons, Rob. There we go. All righty, guys. Yeah, I'm going to get to meet or re-meet Tommy up there, and a lot of people are going to be up there. The bright light coming from the door is making you dark, Mark says. Okay, then we'll close that. Let's see if that helps. We'll get this lighting situation figured out, guys. No, but that is right there.
Huh? What's that?
I said this is right here. There we go. That's helping some. Yep, there we go. All righty. Jim Steele says, what? The angel has clothes on. Clark Cole said Pat was looking for a soda fizz and he'd already drank it. Ski Searcher, so yeah, that's it. I mean, all of us here in this room could talk about Florida on 7 all day since most of us are going. Clark Cole says here to get their tattoo for Florida on 7. They're not even waiting for the official one. They just got it on their own. Ooh, use a branding iron. Hey, that's what they do on that's what they literally do on Yellowstone. Kay says she hasn't received her info package from Greg. Kay, I imagine he's busier than a one-legged man in a room full of rocking chairs. Actually, I thought Greg was going to give us all tramp stamps. Oh, that would be hilarious too. Metal Teching V says when and where. It is on February 19th through the 21st, 2021. Can I get a coffee?
It's right there. There's some in it.
Okay, well, hold on. Let's take care of that.
Take it.
And it's actually in Melrose, Florida, which is just outside of Gainesville. If you guys are interested in going, go to Florida Hunt 7 on Facebook. Greg has a beautiful page done on Facebook, and you have to register through Facebook. Right now, he's just taking reservations for any spots that people drop because we're already at our 200 hunter limit. Last year, we were going to have 100, but only 60 people showed up. So he realized that there were several people that didn't show up. And when he locked out the list, some of those people didn't show up. So he realized he lost out on some extra hunters coming. So this year he's keeping an extra list. And if those people back out or don't come, this way we can have the maximum amount of people that are giving donations for the charity. But yeah, it's just outside of Gainesville, the closest hotel. We all have hotels in Gainesville. Myself and Dirt Troll and Troy are driving up together. Him and I are staying at the Days Inn by Wyndham. I believe Wayne and his wife, Kathy, are staying there. Pat's down the street or Pat's next door at the hotel next door. Dalton's got the hotel next door, which I think is a Holiday Inn. A bunch of people are at Gatortown in downtown Gainesville. And Saturday night, I have got the back room reserved at the Crafty Bastard sports bar. It's a sports bar and craft beer bar. They have over 60 specialty craft beers on draft. I have worked out a deal with the restaurant because they are very friendly towards metal detectorists. So I have worked out a deal that Their back room holds up to 40 people. As of right now, I think I've got 28 on our list of our group that are going to that restaurant for dinner Saturday night. They're doing happy hour the whole time we're there. They're doing specials on their well drinks, you know, like your house brand drinks, and they're doing $1 appetizers for all the group in our room. And then
Plus,
from
they'll
there,
have a guy there with a cheese grater for anybody that wants to get rid of their neck tattoo.
yeah, Forest Cove says they already got theirs done.
But my wife is hilarious. And I was telling her about the lag and why I'm going to be using the phone. And she's like, I get the lag when I'm doing these with the Tupperware people. She said, it seems to get better the more I drink. It's like, well,
yeah, time
it's
slows
early,
down, so you have less of a lag when you drink. Yes.
but here we go.
There you go. So yes, it's actually in Melrose, Florida, which is just out. It's a small, well, it's in the middle of nowhere outside of Gainesville.
I can never remember that. People ask me, and I'm like, it's some M name.
Yeah,
People are
it's
like,
Melrose.
Mocha
Clark
Chico?
Code says, don't quote them on this, but they think there's going to be up to 20 detectors being raffled off, but don't quote them on that.
Yeah, it's close. I think we were at 15 the last I knew.
Ski Searcher, that's yes, it's grown a lot from last year's event last February. There was, like I say, there was about 60 hunters. It was one day on Saturday. The meet and greet on Friday night was an absolute blast. They picked a little kind of, what would you say, Pat, kind of a new agey restaurant.
Yeah, it was nice.
It was all outdoor dining. They had the big heater lamp set up. You kind of went through a little cafeteria line, and you ordered your food, and then they brought it to you outside. But they had like
the little barbecue pit set up, the fire bowl. It was kind of like something you'd see in a Hallmark movie. Not that I watch those. I'm just saying.
So yeah, we're hoping on Saturday night, guys. I think the bar closes at like 10 or 11 on Saturday night. And we're going back to our hotel, and we're getting up a nice big poker game. I know Clark's Cove's looking forward to that. I know Dalton. I've been hunting with Dalton for 2 years now, and didn't know he was a big poker fan too. So Dalton's excited about that. I think Miss Kay said she wanted in the poker game. So and Michael Stroud's here. Good morning, Michael Stroud. Sorry, I'm a few minutes behind on my chat. Rob, it's all the background lighting that's making your face dark. Close those blinds. Okay. I know. Let me try to close them. And maybe that'll shine more light from.
They just don't want to see our sunshine.
Yeah, they're jealous of our Florida sunshine.
Hey, now, Rob, I got a question for you.
Fire away. Oh, that does make a difference.
When people are going through doing this right now, they're leaving comments and stuff. And if I put the comments up, then I can't see us. So I'm just letting you do the reading. But afterwards, when this is on YouTube, actually, will people who go there to watch, will they be able to see all of these comments, or does it just start a whole new comment stream?
No, it does the comments, and it keeps them in timeline with the conversation. So you can go back and play this on a delay, and it's just like watching this live. The comments, you know, they sync up the time of the comment with the conversation that's going on, so it all stays, you know, it all flows together.
All right, so everybody needs to blow up then. Make sure you do those thumbs up and leave as many comments as you can, because in one of my upcoming videos, I'm going straight to this live stream, random comment pickers. I'm not filtering out duplicates, and somebody's going to win a lucky glass rat. All right, that's the prize for the stream.
Oh, we're doing a prize for this stream?
Yep, that's it. I'll do a random comment picker in my next video off of this stream, you know, and we'll give someone a lucky rat. So make sure you're leaving those comments, people.
Yeah, folks, if you're just out there lurking, if you're one of the 20 people in here that hasn't left a comment, just leave at least one comment so Pat can see them and get your name and pull the comments out of it for his comment picker.
Yep.
Good morning, Tyson Fury. Like I say, guys, I'm about 4 minutes behind on my chat. Miss Brenda's here. Mama's gone detecting. Damn, Pat's in shorts and I have long johns on. Guys, I'm sitting here in shorts and a t-shirt. It's 71 inside the house.
I'm only wearing the jacket because the dog keeps jumping on me with her, and she'll snag this kind of shirt. So it's like,
Kay, I don't think so. I think somebody else's name is Derek. But if Rod Derek's here, then hello. I didn't see the metal detecting channel come in. Get the gold, man. God, wouldn't it be great, Michael, if somebody found gold up there? Any word on the coils, Rob? Yes, Russell. Hold on. He texted me back, Russell. I'm glad you brought that up, Russell. Oh, Russell, they were for the XLT machine, but it says he already gave them to a guy in my club before I contacted him and said he wanted them. So sorry about that, Russell. He says he's already given them away to somebody in our club, apparently before I knew you wanted them. Did not know that, Russell. Sorry.
all right,
Oh, well. Sorry, Russell.
we see Countryside Russell in here, and I
Yeah,
just tried
Countryside
to,
Russell's here.
yeah, I tried to scroll through the comments, see who was all here.
Oh, Tommy loves poker too, he says. Well, we're going to be playing that at the Days Inn by Wyndham, Tommy. I've looked at the pictures on the web. They have the little dining room area, has 11, small tables that we could push two of them together for a poker game. And I think there's going to be more people. I think there's going to be at least 2 poker games going.
Yeah, there'll be one at my hotel because they have a little banquet room, so we'll actually be able to play strip poker.
Okay, everybody that wants to play strip poker can go to Pat's hotel.
That'll work.
Yeah, Frankie, we're sorry you can't come to this too, buddy. We're going to be missing you, and we're going to be missing the Detecting Smiths.
Mm-hmm.
Denise is saying Jason just needs to blow off work and his boss and come down and not tell him he went to Florida. I agree with Denise, but
Yep.
I know she's in the background yelling, how's Jason's boss going to know he came to Florida? I agree, honey. So, hell no, I'm too poor and stuck at poker. Okay, when we used to play poker with the guys every week, which hasn't happened in quite a while because you try getting 5 middle-aged guys together and picking one night that they're all not doing something or the kids don't need something, it's practically impossible. We used to play what we called pauper poker. And that is everybody brought $10 and change, and you anteed up and you played with your $10. And if you lost your $10, you're still dealt in for the next hand. You obviously can't raise or bet, but if you obviously finish the hand with a winning hand, you win back that hand, and now you have plenty of money to play. This way, nobody went home losing more than $10. Nobody went home winning more than $10 or $15, and nobody's wives freaked out because they lost the house payment that week. Because before we did that, we would have guys dropping $60, $70 in our poker game, and that started not going over in some people's houses. Jim Steele says, Pat, how many pieces of clothing is the max bet?
I don't
I
know.
know, Mayor. I need a small light. I just set up a small light here, so I'm hoping it helps a little bit more.
We'll allow full Monty bets, but you can't leave the table if you lose. I mean, unless you're a dude, in which case.
I have a feeling with like 3 women here, Pat, you're going to be playing with mostly dudes. Brooklyn Treasure Hunter, it depends on how you set up the page. They have the way you can look at a page is you can do live chat, you can do top chat, and then they have if you go to your settings for that page, when you click on somebody's live stream, when you go down to your right corner where the settings are, they have like 4 different squares. One will look like a big square, a little square, a rectangle. And if you run your cursor over them, one will say default view. If you click on default view, the replay should come back looking exactly the way it does now with me and Pat on the screen to the left, and then your comments going down the right side. Because if you click on full screen where me and Pat take up the whole screen, then your chat goes below and you have to scroll down to see the chat, but then you can't see the people talking. So put it on default view if you go back and watch a chat afterwards, like if I go and watch Liz's chat or Dee's chat or somebody, and you should be able to see the chat with the picks as it's going. Demon Rat says, "Sweet prize, Pat, because this rat needs a glass rat."
Hell yeah. Everybody needs glass rats. I am going to bring a bunch of those with me, actually, to
As a
something
matter of
going
fact, I
on.
didn't realize it when we were doing Zoom Wednesday. Pat had the guy in the Zoom meeting that makes his rats, and I didn't even realize it until the guy had left the meeting.
Yeah, I'm going to bring some of those along, and some are just going to kind of get slipped to people. So if you don't get slipped one, don't feel bad. I've got plenty more on order, and just letting him take his time and get creative with them.
Countryside Russell left a little mouse emoji, and Clark's Cove said, "Pat, for their comment, they're saying comment."
Yeah, that works. Comment.
Kay put a mouse emoji. Wow, I'm so far behind. I'm
Clark's
8
Cove
minutes behind.
should go comment B and comment M for Bob and Melissa. This way they both got a chance.
Mark the Burgunner says, "Not bad. I wrote the shorts comment only 5 minutes ago." I know, Mark. I'm like 7 minutes behind. I'm trying to catch up right now.
But I had a lag.
Russell says he asked Pat too. They might not be interchangeable. Yeah. So I had a guy in my club, Pat, that had some extra coils for an MX machine or for a White's machine because it was too beyond repair. So he wanted to donate the coils to somebody. And Countryside Russell had just recently asked me if I knew anybody at White's, and I said yeah. And I was trying to get him and Stan together, but by the time I hooked up with Stan, he was at the meeting and he gave somebody the coils at our club.
Yeah.
But
The
our
MX
coils
takes a different kind of plug-in.
Oh, okay. So not every coil in every White's machine is interchangeable then.
No. There's actually a chart on which coils work with which machines. But generally, if something's working with the MX Sport, it's not working with anything else.
Okay, because I know my
nice
coil on my
mobility.
705 is not interchangeable with my Knox coil. And I'm putting Demon Rat, his first name is Cecil, so I'm putting that down on my cheat sheet because
Yeah.
I much prefer people. I had a business book once tell me years ago that people much prefer being called by their names, and that's why when I go to a grocery store or a bank or something, I try and make sure I look at somebody's name tag and specifically address them by their name because my business book says that is much more personal interaction.
And that's the thing. They say the prettiest sound to any person is the sound of their own name.
I'd be willing to. Yeah, that's probably a pretty good phrase.
Yeah, well, it definitely gets your attention.
Oh my God, I am way behind here. All right, let me zip through these real quick.
See, I thought about
Thank you,
this
Russell. I
one.
appreciate your understanding.
Rob and I were talking about me doing a stream like this the other night, and I will soon, where we're both on the screen like this, whatever, and having guests. But I've already decided I'm not going to try to keep up with the comments. When I'm doing my thing, I'm doing my thing, and when I look back, I see what I see. If I missed something, I missed it. Because
My lovely assistant used to monitor the second computer, Pat, and keep me up to date with who came in so I could say hi on time. And then if somebody said something that I needed to interact with, she would let me know. But my assistant got tired of that real fast. So, Tommy, yes, we're going to probably play Texas Hold'em. I'm going to where
get naked.
I'm going to the newer Pat's Hotel. So I guess Kay's staying at the hotel you're going to be at.
Yeah, the Gator Town Inn.
No, unfortunately, Jim, Denise will not be at Pat's poker strip poker game. Hell, I can't get her to play strip poker at the house.
That's because you don't have that rat appeal.
We did used to play. Yet, can I say that? She says I can say that. We used to do topless ping pong in the garage when we had the ping pong table in the garage. So she would use that. She would use that as an advantage. So I had trouble concentrating on my ping pong. So,
but then you always had that advantage of her laughing all the times.
I'd say what she said to me in bed this morning, Pat, but I'm not going to. I don't want to embarrass myself.
Get off me, you're heavy.
Yeah, well, that's a get.
I can't feel my legs. What?
Oh no, Kay said her thing auto texted. She said she's not going near your hotel. She's not. She says Kay says I'm not going anywhere near Pat's hotel. John Long is Florida Hunt 7 sold out. Yes, it is, John. Technically, and welcome this morning. I'm missing you. I'm still 7 minutes behind. God, I'm trying to get so caught up. He's taking like standby requests right now, John, because we had over 40 people that signed up last year that didn't show up, and he didn't have a standby list. So, like I say, Greg tries to improve this every year. He tries to improve himself every year. So this year he is taking standby names, and as soon as somebody lets him know they cancel or they haven't paid, he's probably going to tell you. If 30 or 40 people haven't paid, there's a good chance most of them aren't going to show up. So he'll probably activate the list, but I don't want to talk for Greg. But yes, it's sold out, but he's taking a standby list right now. Denise says she's gay, Pat. So you're down to 2 other women besides her because she's not. So.
Well, hopefully Brenda shows up at least.
There you go. Jim Steele says, can he deal during a strip poker? Because that way it's going to work out to his advantage. But Miss K, even though I don't know why I haven't Miss K a moderator. Well, it doesn't say that. It says I could put user in timeout or block user. Well, I don't want to do either one of those with K. I don't know if I can do them. I guess maybe I have to set her up on my page as a moderator, and then she'll automatically be in here through StreamYard. That's going to be interesting. Jim says he's too old to do anything besides look.
Yeah, there will definitely be an FH8. There's no doubt about that. This has gotten bigger than any of us.
Russell said he won a glass rat in strip poker just to put his clothes back on. And Clark's Cove says they are bringing the creek water with them.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Good morning, Mr. Corey Euro C. Just stopped in to say hi, Mr. Rob. Thank you. Hope everybody's having a good day. We are having a good day. Clark Cove says comment B, comment M.
There you go.
That's right, Brenda. Or that's right, Jim. I firmly believe in the in the what's the word I'm trying to use here? In the wonderfulness of laughter. When me and my best friend get together, guys, I've known him for 40 years. I'm telling you guys, we get together with some good laughs. Denise and I laugh good all the time. We were laughing last night. It's great to laugh.
If Brenda says she can't make it, then I don't know. Go ahead and maybe message me some pictures as if you were losing. That's cool.
There you go. All right, now I'm 4 minutes behind. PD says I'm thinking about getting a carbon fiber shaft for my Pro. PD, I don't know if Detector Edge shafts are carbon fiber, but I know Mr. Dalton put the custom shafts on his 800 or his 600.
Hey, Mike.
And he said it made it a little lighter. Hey, CJ Official Gold Digger, welcome. Messy holes here. He says, depends who's playing the game. For example, it's no fun when the cops call you by your name.
Yeah.
That's funny. I tell this story when I was working for security at Disney.
Not gotten the hubcap yet.
Yeah, when I was working security for Disney, we had some counterfeiters. We had some counterfeiters in the park, and I think Universal let us know that they were in the area. So our plainclothes guys went out, and they wound up catching these counterfeiters that were putting counterfeit money. And they called me in out of the park to stand by in the room with one of the guys to wait for Secret Service to get there. So I'm sitting with this guy, and just, they were well-dressed people. It was a group of them. And Secret Service walked into the room, and they named every single one of them by name. Hey, John. Hey, Frank. Hey, Cynthia. They knew these guys were like serial counterfeiters. They knew every one of them by name.
Mm.
Okay, check out Steve's Detectors rods. They look like great carbon fiber shafts for the knot. Thank you, Brooklyn Treasure Hunter. Appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
Brenda says she needs to take pictures of her kneecap warmers for you, Pat. Mr. Mike's here. Good morning, Mallyman 24. Mr. M.A. Lyman is in the room.
Absolutely.
Epic Adventures of Paradise. Oh, he's asking me a question. My club president Howard's here. Epic Adventures in Paradise. He also told me to thank everybody that went over to sub him last week after the live stream. But apparently, some people put in there, "I'm coming over to sub you 1-for-1." And as soon as YouTube read that, they deleted his sub. So if you go over and sub to somebody's channel, don't put there you're doing this friend for friend thing because YouTube doesn't like that.
Yeah, don't write sub back or anything.
Yeah.
And Jim Steele is so right, brother. Laughter is the best medicine. Stick with us. We will keep you rolling.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Casey, that would be great if you could make it.
I got to ask Mally Man. Every week he's cutting these names so that he can do his picks and stuff. It's like, if you have repeat users, can't you just save their names for the next go around?
There you go, Mike. You can see if you can answer that one.
Hey, good morning, James.
Casey says 250 names to cut before noon. Oh, okay. That's what we're talking about, Pat. He's got to cut them.
Yeah. It's like, but if the same person entered this week, save their name. Yeah. It's like, then you might
you do it with the poker chips.
Yeah. Start your own rat pack.
Well, you don't have to call it a rat pack. Oh, no, different roll numbers. Oh, okay. He says he can't do that because of the roll numbers.
Oh, well, caca.
He uses the word U-boat instead of sub. Oh, that's a great idea, Brooklyn Treasure Hunter. Use U-boat instead of sub. It took me a second to get that because Menardo's a little slow at times, but I figured that out. That's a good idea, Kay in Brooklyn. Casey L says he broke an ear off his coil of his AT Pro. I hate it when that happens. My stock coil for my 705 is sitting in the other room with 2 broken ears, and it is out of warranty. So I called Mine Lab, and they did not want to fix it out of warranty. Even though I broke it in warranty, I just waited too long to contact them. Good morning, Las Vegas Urban Treasure Hunter.
I was with Treasure Bum when that happened to his machine, and just boom, and I think both ears broke off right at the same time. It was like, well, that ends this hunt for us.
Well, I knew what happened to mine. I tripped on a sidewalk that was sticking up from like a root, and I went face first into the cement, and my 705 broke my fall. But I know my coil smacked down on that cement, and I'm sure that didn't do anything to not help it crack, at least microscopically. Let's see who else is here. Actually, we're trying to be caught up. I know when we were hunting your honey hole spot over there, Pat.
Yeah.
Simon's coil had one ear broken, and he had it zip tied. Some of the guys are drilling a teeny little hole through the base of it, and then zip tying it around, and that holding it on. And I think he was using it, and then the other ear broke, and without any stabilization at all, he couldn't use it. But luckily, he had his sniper coil with him that he could switch to.
Yeah, I thought we did try and zip tie that one up or tie it with something at one point. When it first
he wound up going with his sniper coil. But I would like to think,
he still had a great day, man. I mean, he found that
he found the silver under when he moved his vehicle, right?
Yep. You're probably parked on it, and he was.
Yep. He moved his vehicle and searched the ground under the grass where his vehicle was, and he pulled out. I think he pulled out a Merc. And didn't Dalton get a barber that day? Or was that a Merc? Okay.
No, Dalton got a barber that day. Out in an area where I got one of the first silvers, and that was a Mercury. And I mean, it just goes to show you got to keep going back. You got to keep hitting those different angles, those different ground conditions. And man, when you're surrounded with happy energy, things get even better.
I wanted to make a comment on what my buddy Howard said. Epic Adventures in Paradise. Now I can't find his comment. Good morning, Deej. How late am I doing? Oh, I'm only 1 minute behind saying hi to Deej. Mike's going off to say hi to Mr. Randolph Relic Recovery. The man himself is in the room, Mr. Martin. Hang on, I want to go back and find my Mr. Michael Williams. Good morning. Starting to snow here in central PA. Wow.
Y'all
Kay
could.
says she needs to order those ear thingies that help firm them up. Yeah, Kay, I guess they call them coil stabilizers and they're red. Dalton has one on the base of his coil. He loves it. Um, a guy in England started making those on his 3D printer. I guess he designed it, uh, like drew it up on his computer or whatever. And he designed them on a 3D printer and he started selling them. And then uh, Pat's metal detecting club over in Sebastian, they didn't do it this year because of COVID, but in 2019, they do a big seeded silver hunt to raise money. That's their big charity or club raising event for their treasury.
Yeah.
And they had a local metal detecting store come and set up with their 10 by 10 tent booth, and they did a big display of all the products they sell. And when Pat zoomed over or panned across them to show the sponsors that were there, they had their coil stiffeners, stabilizers on their table there.
Mm-hmm.
So,
And we're not doing the event again this year. I mean, usually it's the middle of March or, a little bit later. And they've already decided to cancel it this year. And it's like, man. So, I mean, FH7 being the first good organized hunt of the year, let's hope it's not the only one.
yes. And yes, Martin, I did say a one-legged man in a room full of rocking chairs, and it could be a long-tailed cat too.
Mm-hmm.
Or I guess it's a one-legged man in a shit-kicking contest, I guess is the proper phrase. So you're correct, Martin. I got that wrong. Just being a Menardo again. Park Rat Pat, metal detecting. Where are you at in Florida? Metal detecting with VS,
Sebastian, Florida,
which is near where?
which is about, I'd say an hour and a half south of Daytona.
So you're closer to Vero Beach then.
Yeah, I'm like 10 minutes from Vero Beach.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Beautiful
Mike says he
area.
sends all the names of packages to verify different names are not the same name. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, he sends all the names out with the prize pack, so that's why he's going to do them.
Now I see Petey saying that his shaft will not tighten up tight, so he's looking for something to replace it. Is he talking the shaft or where it connects at the coil?
Hang on, let me find Petey's comment. Jim, okay, hang on. I think he's probably talking about where the little turn piece is that tightens it, because on the if Frankie's using the Knox, I know that the upper piece it just doesn't tighten. I think it's a small design flaw in the 800 or the 600 and the 800. And another thing is on the lower shaft, they have two of those spring clips where the little silver chrome nipple comes out, and hooks into the hole. But
yeah,
on the
like
upper
you
shaft,
put the old vacuum cleaners together.
yes, but on the upper shaft, Pat, for some reason they just put one spring-loaded clip. They didn't put one on the other side, so it makes the top end, and that's like what, a $2-3 part at the most that
Now,
they could have put in there.
does that shaft up at the upper section where you say it's just got the one button, does it have a hole on both sides?
No.
Okay, because you can buy those clips
Yep.
with the button on both sides for like $2 or $3 and drill another hole yourself.
Yeah, and I drilled a hole at the base of my shaft when I'm beach hunting. I know that sounded really bad, but I did drill a little teeny hole at the base of my knock shaft. So as I'm beach hunting, as soon as I come out of the water, all the water that accumulated in the shaft drains right out, and it takes that extra weight away. So as soon as I hit the wet sand and I'm not in the water anymore, I'm not dragging all that weight from the water in my shaft. Now the Detect Edge shafts, from what I understand, the aftermarket shafts are already built to where that water drains out automatically.
One time, I don't do a lot of water detecting, but I was down at the
that
river.
was pretty evident by your beach video.
I was down at the river going through this area where a gas station used to be, and I did end up finding a Sunoco token down there, but I hadn't been paying attention, and I was out pretty deep. It's the river, so, I'm up just above my belly button, and I'm working my way back in, and one of my friends had pulled up. He saw me down in the water, and He's standing on the little rocky edge there. So I held up my detector, not thinking, and all the water that was in the shaft ran down my armpit. I'm like, ah! Bouncing around, and there's cold water running down my armpit.
All right, let me get caught up with some conversations and things here. I've scrolled forward so I can actually catch people. I would like to say good morning to John from the Grony Boys, and guys,
Morning,
I'm going to say publicly with John in the room here. I want to thank John. He recently helped me find a very old silver coin by suggesting that I change the settings on my Knox. A lot of you that know and follow my videos know that Mr. Dalton, Florida Knox, he hunts exclusively in Park 2. That is his setting of choice, of his favorite setting. He hunts in Park 2. He usually has his sensitivity up around 23, 24, near max. I think he's in the middle of the settings for recovery speed, but he hunts in Park 2 on multi-frequency. John, the Grony Boys, has recently gone to Park 2 from Park 1 and has been going over ground he's hunted before, and he's having success finding things because he suggested to me in Pat's Zoom meeting Wednesday night. This is why it's fun to hang out in the Zoom meetings, guys, because we talk about a lot of detecting stuff in the Zoom meetings. And John suggested to me, try Park 2 and 15 megahertz because I told him I didn't like it because it's too chattery. And he says, go to 15 megahertz. It'll quiet it down, but you'll hear things in Park 2 that you don't hear in Park 1. And he thinks that's why Dalton finds more silver than me. So I swear to God, guys, I went on a 1948 property that we have found turn of the century items on. I've done a video from it. It's a property where I found my half Canadian half dime 2 weeks after Dalton found his seed at halftime. I found a men's gold ring. We have found a silver plated spoon. We found a ton of Wheaties, and I found my 1910 police whistle from the front yard. So I think there's an old house there before the 1948 house. I think there was a wooden house there around turn of the century. Well, we've been doing that house I hadn't done it in over almost a year. I went back to it. The lady pulled up right when I was there. I said, hey, would you mind if I hit your backyard again? She said, no, go for it. And I went and ground balanced my machine. And I said, you know what? I'm going to try John's suggestion. And I went to Park 2 and I took it off of multi-frequency and I went down to 15 megahertz. And in less than 30 seconds, guys, my first signal in Park 2, I got old silver. And I'm not going to say anything more than that because the video is coming out this week. It's going to be a great video, and I am dedicating it to John. And I want to say thank you, John, and I owe you a beer up at Florida Hunt 7. And that's my story.
All right. Now, I see James from Messy Hole is here. I'm going to switch on.
James is here. Hi.
So that I can see him. Is James coming to FH7?
I don't think they're going to be able to come down. They're way up there in New Hampshire. But we can ask them. James, are you guys coming to Florida Hunt 7?
Let's see what he says here.
Dee says she'll be right back. She's going to go get some more coffee. Oh, Mr. Weigold's here. Sorry, Robert. I didn't see you come in, sir. He came in 2 minutes ago. Hey, I'm not doing too bad there. I'm 2 minutes behind. I'm scrolling back to see any comments.
No, we're not doing Florida this year. Could you at least send Rebecca? What's up? Now, I'm looking through the videos, and Myers' video says, and then pictures of bacon strips. Good idea. That doesn't look like Canadian bacon, brother. I mean, where's your sense of pride?
I love Canadian bacon, especially on a pizza.
Oh, with pineapple? Don't even.
Yep, that's a Hawaiian pizza. Canadian bacon and pineapple, absolutely.
How come you never see people putting pineapple on hamburgers or hot dogs?
Ew. I don't want hamburger on my pizza. Somebody's got that new ad right now with that new hamburger pizza. See that I just don't want to combine those two things. Miss Deej is in the room and she's been here this morning, and I am got her video queued up on my other computer. I am about to watch her video on her getting her white whale coin. And for you folks that don't know Miss Deej, her white whale coin has been a silver mercury dime. So I am looking forward to watching that. Okay, let's see. Let's see here. Yep, everybody's just saying hi to the new people. Ooh, we hit 30, folks. We've actually hit 30 people. How many? Ooh, we've got 31 likes. Wow, and we have 1 thumbs down already. Wow. Wow, that's just fucking cold.
Ooh. Now, pineapple on a teriyaki burger does sound good.
I don't think I've ever had.
Oh, man.
Well, John, thank you, and you are more than welcome. And you are getting you're going to get a big intro and thumbs up, and your channel and Pat's channel get mentioned in that video coming out this week. Martin wanted to know if thongs counted in strip poker. Yeah, I guess so. Not that there's much left to the imagination with those.
Yeah.
Dee said she was up way too late, need toothpick for her eyes. That's why I put 4 cups, a 4-cup of pot of coffee on this morning.
See, now, I think he just wanted to know about thongs because you can layer those. You can be wearing 15 of them and,
John says, you're welcome, my friend. We will have beers together for sure. No, we'll have 1 beer together because my maximum limit is 2, because after 2, well, there would just be too many entertaining videos being made of me.
at the strip poker game.
No, that ain't happening. James said COVID messed up their plans.
Ah, man.
It messed up a lot of people's plans, James.
Mm-hmm. And
Michael or Jim Steele's been talking to somebody about the gold story he was telling James and Rebecca about last week in another chat. That was a very good gold story, by the way. Spam and pineapple pizza. Oh, Robert, don't even use the word spam on my stream here.
dude,
Jim Steele says pineapple. Yuck. Oh man, I love pineapple.
Spam rocks, and so does this stuff. Potted meat, man. If you ain't got you some potted meat, you ain't living.
Clarsko says pineapple does not belong on pizza ever. Well, hey, everybody each their own. See, Demon Rat says he puts a pineapple on his teriyaki burgers. Pineapple and chili peppers on a hamburger. Wow, we have some very varied taste here.
Mm-hmm.
Randolph Jeffrey says, I heard Rob is giving away his Knox 800 at Florida Hunt 7. You heard wrong, Martin. Demon Rat Cecil wants to know if people put anchovies on their pizza.
I do.
Thank you, honey. Do you really?
Yes, absolutely, man. Nothing really brings out the zip in a pizza than having that little slab of meat that tastes like somebody's salted eyebrow. I love it.
Vegas Urban Treasure Hunter says he misses Nick's Pizza if you're from the Jacksonville Beach area. D, what was the place that had the great garlic knots? Was that called Mama's? We had a little place here called Mama's Pizzeria down in Palm Harbor, and they made the best garlic knots you've ever tasted. And then they went out of business, and it is now a veterinary emergency hospital took over that building.
One
of Tommy wants to know if he can bring Harley poker chips. I have about 60 pounds of them.
One of my favorite pizzas ever came from a place called Jimmy's Pizza in New Bedford, Massachusetts. And they make a linguiça pizza. If you've never had linguiça, you have not lived. It's a Polish type of sausage. And man, better than pepperoni any day of the week on a pizza. Very addictive.
My angel just brought me more coffee. Oh, honey, you made that extra sweet. Thank you, dear. Spam fried rice. Don't know what you're missing. CZ Kid.
Mm-hmm.
CZ Kid, thank you for being here today, because I have seen a comment from you from a year ago. I don't know if everybody else's YouTube's pages are like this. I just found it about a month or two ago. There's a section on my homepage that says unresponded to comments. And I see that you wrote me a comment a year ago on a giveaway, CZ, that I forgot I missed, but it's now in my unresponded to section. So you asked me a question, and I would like to answer that, but not here. Send me If I could spell my own email correctly. So ZZ Kid, send me a email to that address right there, and I will get your address, and I will ship you off the item that you asked me a question about.
I know who's going to volunteer to be Robert's coffee angel.
I hope my room has a little mini pot in there. If not, I've got one of those little mini 2-cup pots here that I'll be putting in my hotel room with Troy.
Or I could bring you one of the Tupperware cold infusers. Things are awesome. Stick it right in the fridge and then micro zap your coffee in the morning for that perfect temperature.
Well, I was going to say I don't like cold coffee, but if it's for heating coffee, that's great.
Well, no, you infuse it cold and then heat up the coffee after, and it is incredible. And I'm not generally a coffee drinker, but man, that stuff is awesome.
Well, we're talking about food here, and whoever said something Kate didn't like, she said ew. And Bill says pancakes with peanut butter and Ortega chili peppers.
Mm.
You know, they have a new IHOP. You know what, honey? Are you working tomorrow morning? You have a massage at 11:40. Well, good for you. Get to use your Christmas present. Well, do you want to go to breakfast? You want to go try IHOP, the new IHOP, before you go? Once in a blue moon, anchovies on pizza, Robert says.
See now, crab pizza does sound awesome. Oh,
Deej says, go ahead. What, Pat?
Deej says, where's my wife? She is inside right now, hanging out with the dog and getting ready to watch church on the laptop. My uncle up in Tennessee is a preacher, and we usually watch his service online through Facebook. So she's getting ready to do that and say the hellos for me.
You know, it's funny. Denise's dad, now that this COVID thing's there, he watches his Sunday morning service on the TV too. They stream the church service. Deej
I
says,
love it. It's
Deej
nice
says,
to be able to still connect with people, you know?
Miss Deej says staying alive is more important than any event. Breast cancer survivor, so she's at risk. And I understand that, Deej, and Denise is very concerned about me going to Florida Hunt 7. So I will be wearing a mask when I'm around people, especially people I don't know. But I cannot wait to get out and spread out on that 500 acres when you're out there all by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And my buddy Stan's coming from the club. He's a little older, and I told Stan he better be putting on his felony flyer sneakers to keep up with Mr. Dalton, because I'm going to have trouble keeping up with Dalton.
Dude, last year, right out of the gate, everybody took off in 5 million directions.
And you didn't see anybody. You didn't see
10 minutes
anybody.
later, here comes Rob, and he's like, look, I found a silver dime that we had all like rushed past.
It was right on the edge of the road.
Yep. Everybody was so intent on getting deep into the heart of this place, we ignored the perimeter.
It was funny because I lagged behind you guys because I started getting signals on the road, and then I met up with Charlie. I'd never met Charlie, digging it back. And I met the guy as I walked by him. He's talking to his chest. He's like, GoPro on, GoPro off. And I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Oh, these GoPros, you can talk to them and they'll go on and off. He goes, but mine's not working. I can't get it to activate. It looked like he was talking to his chest.
So maybe it speaks Chinese.
Yeah, that's how I met Charlie from digging it back. But I did. We met a lot of people up at Florida Hunt 6. We've got the pictures with Kay with our group, and Chad from Wig TV, and J-Man from Metal Sharks. I met the guys from New Age Goonies. What's his first name?
Colin?
No, the other guy.
Gordon.
So
Gordon was there. Colin was there.
Was it
Gary
Dwight?
was there.
Dwight, the main guy?
Yeah.
He had a tent set up, right? He had a booth set up.
Yeah. Dwight.
He was feeling sick the first half. He didn't go hunt till after lunch.
Yeah, and a lot of those guys got sick afterwards.
Tommy says, my favorite is a lobster seafood pizza with anchovy. Well, minus the anchovy, Tommy, I would definitely try a lobster seafood pizza. Robert says, "Where's my angel to bring me coffee?"
Yeah, it is gonna suck without the Smiths being there. It was so great getting to meet them last year, and they're just awesome people to be
Oh,
around. So
he is an absolute riot. Just some of the deadpan things he says
I know, and
Just-
now of course the
just get
burden
you.
is on because without him there, I have to spend the entire day being the eye candy. It's like, damn,
I know.
one more thing.
Well, actually, if we're being quite honest about it, we really didn't care if Jason was coming. We just wanted Mama to be there.
Yeah, that's it.
We're only kidding, Jason. And Corey the Treasure Hunter says it's all about goulash and
Well, that's a cigarette and that's a vape.
all right. I don't know what's the I know what goulash is, but I don't know what's called. My mom made gołąbkis because I am Polish,
yeah,
guys. So gołąbkis, yes. Stuffed cabbage rolls.
Mm-hmm. Those are so good. And I forget what they're actually called, but the Greeks make the stuffed grape leaves, and those things are incredible.
I'll ask Denise as soon as she comes back in. Her uncle's Greek, and he makes the stuffed cabbage rolls too, but he makes them the Greek way, which was actually pretty close to my mom's Polish way with the red tomatoes inside, and the hamburger meat with the stuffed rice. Pat.
Somebody asked where it was.
Good morning, Corey the Treasure Hunter. Wow, 34 people. This might be a record for us, guys. Kay says she's going to keep her pretty mask at the ready as well. Wow.
Yep. I've got a couple of park rat masks already made up. I was thinking about making some more just to give out. You know.
Oh, really? You do have some park rat masks? I didn't know you were doing those.
Oh yeah. I made some.
Does the mask count?
Robert Tucker and his wife asked for some, so I made them some and sent them along. And then I got a great deal on masks, so I made a couple more for myself. You know, and it's like, okay, if people are into them, I'll bring some along. Anything that's got the logo on it is good.
See, look, we were just talking about two people's names, and they pop up in the thing. Miss Cynthia Swearengen's here this morning now, and my buddy Stan, Kent Coin You Dig It, is here. We were just talking about him trying to keep up with Dalton. And somebody just said, who was it that just said this? That Dalton needs a full-time photographer, a camera person with him.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Corey the Treasure Hunter says Dalton needs a full-time camera. You got that right, Corey.
No, Dalton just needs to pull his camera out of his pocket.
Well,
yes,
he
does
a few videos if he's hunting by himself. If he finds something good by himself and he wants to record, like he found two SLQs back to back in 2 days, and he was by himself, so he recorded that one by himself.
Okay, now Mallyman24 has asked, yes, I do make stickers. I make hats, shirts, all that kind of good stuff. My email is simple. It's parkratmetaldetecting@gmail.com. Because
metaldetecting@gmail.com, Pat?
Yes, parkratmetaldetecting@gmail.com.
That is now on the screen. Kay says she's going to the library so she can print up the maps of the property. Kay, that is a phenomenal idea. Yeah, Corey the Treasure Hunter. Sometimes I feel like Kurt Franz from the Hoover Boys when he's out with 6 or 7 guys and they're all getting fines, and Kurt's like, I'm just going to be spending my day going from fine to fines with the camera. When you're hunting with Dalton and Troy, trust me, guys, you're pulling out your camera a lot with those two guys. I'll tell you something. Troy gets some of the greatest permissions in St. Pete, and then Dalton gets these phenomenal big property permissions. So when you see a video coming up soon that Troy says, Rob, this is a great permission you got us, I get happy when I finally get us a good permission.
Mm-hmm. I was so pleased to when I finally got that honey hole. I was so pleased to get you guys out there. I mean, for all the incredible hunts you guys have gotten me on, it was like, yes, I'm finally pulling my weight. I got them on a good property.
That was a great day. That was just a fun day. The only thing that would have made it more perfect is if Mr. Troy could have got there. But I'm
Mm-hmm.
telling you, me, you, Dalton, and Simon. I mean, I think there was 4 or 5 silvers found that day. We were over 50 Wheaties. You found one of your first lead soldiers. We
Oh
found
yeah.
relics.
I found
Um,
his head, remember, and I thought it was like a foot from an animal. And
yeah, and
then
I
you're
said
like,
no.
it's upside
I said
down.
I said no. Pat got a little head today.
That was cool. It's probably in this box right here.
Well, I'm sorry you lost that, but Dalton and I recently did a 1914 permission that I thought the guy had given me the go ahead, and Dalton and I were right in the middle of doing it when the guy pulled up and said, I can't have you here yet, guys. I know I told you in the future, but I can't have you. And it was a miscommunication between me and his uncle. So he asked us to stop detecting. So I'm hoping we get that permission back in the future. Coin You Dig It Stan says he's ordered a harness for his detector. That should help him a lot out. There you go for Florida
Yeah.
Hunt 7. Good morning, Stan. Stan is Coin You Dig It for everybody that doesn't know.
I love, a lot of people super organize everything that they have. And they'll have, for their keys and this and that. And I just put everything in bags or buckets or boxes or whatever. But I love opening something like this little container. And I look through and there's like memories from, 6 months worth of hunting in here. And it's just cool to look at some of these old things, and it kind of re-inspires you to get back out there and to keep trying.
Stan, I think he's putting a vape in his mouth, if I'm correct. Stan asked what you're sticking in your mouth, and I said, I think it's a vape.
Yeah, yeah. And then that's why I think he was the one that said, where's the joint? That's why I held one up.
Uh, Kay wants to know how JJ's doing with his hands hurting. JJ is Jason Smith. Kay, we're not really sure. We know his hands are still causing him problems. He hasn't been in the last 2 or 3 Zoom meetings. I know he's supposed to go be seeing doctors to try and figure out why his hands are stinging and causing him problems. I feel bad for him. It's kept him from hunting as much as he wants. But the
Mm-hmm.
reason he's not coming to Florida Hunt 7 is because I guess he put on his vacation request that he was coming down to Florida with his family. And with Florida having a lot of areas, not our area in particular, but a lot of areas having COVID hotspots, his boss said he would have to take 2 weeks of unpaid quarantine when he came back. And obviously, people, you can't do that. So, um, good morning, Mr. Nick Haas.
Awesome
He
stuff.
says we grew up on goulash. Absolutely. Jim
That's
says, where's the steel?
the good thing about FH7 is we've got almost 600 acres out there. So this can't really be considered a hot spot. You know, you figure for the amount of people coming, everybody's got at least a full acre to themselves.
Well, yes, but what Denise is worried about is the meet and greet on Friday night, the restaurant Saturday night, the poker game Saturday night. That's what she's worried about. So, I mean, obviously, when we're standing there Saturday morning and Greg's reading out the rules and everything to start off the hunt, and then he has the preacher do the invocation and everything. Yeah, I'm going to be standing there in that crowd with my mask on. I hope most other people are going to be too. Um, I just don't hope we get some of these no masker people, but I'm hoping I'm going to have mine on, and I don't tend to stand around somebody that doesn't have one of theirs on. And then
Yeah.
as soon as we get spread out, obviously you can put that in your backpack or your pocket, and then we come back in. But see, even last year when we sat around the prize table when they did the raffles and gave away all the prizes, it was just our little group of 8 or 10. It was me, you, Troy, Dalton,
Yeah.
the Clarks,
Yeah.
Kay, and Chad and J Man, and that was and the Weedy Boys. That was our little group.
My wife, it was pretty small. Jim
Yeah.
Steele, go ahead, Jim, and contact me separately, and we'll work on getting you a wrap, brother. Yeah, I'm taking a small backpack this year too, Kay, because I want to have my small shooter coil with me. If I'm like on the edge of the wooded area and things are getting good, I want to put on a smaller coil and just be able to swing in some tighter spaces.
Kay says her granddaughter took the small lettered park rat bandana and she got the lard print. So that made her excited. So you made her granddaughter happy there, Pat.
Hey, it's all about making people happy.
Why Gold says, is there smoking at the bar? I don't know if we're talking. I'm behind on the chat here, guys.
Is it the same place that we're meeting at for the meet and greet? Because I know that was
no, not from last year. That place wouldn't be able to hold this. It's a restaurant that that Greg has got. Remember, he was originally going to do it in his church, but obviously you can't have any drinking or smoking in a church. So I think Greg did find a big facility for us to have the meet and greet on Friday.
Well, yeah, you probably have to go outside to smoke.
CZ Kid says he hunted a place 2 days ago where they tore down some old houses, and he got his very first Merc. Very happy about that. He 44 Merc. Congratulations, CZ Kid.
Nice.
I got my first Merc on my first big door knock permission, and I was so excited. So congratulations. There's Mr. Charlie. I bet his ears were ringing. We were talking about him earlier. Good morning, Mr. Charlie, who is digging it back. Okay, I'm getting caught up here. I'm 5 minutes behind. Mike is thanking Charlie. Michael says he had to go out in the snow to smoke. He's got to quit. Yeah, I guess so. If you've got to go out in the snow.
Nobody likes a quitter.
That's right. You know how come I didn't have to quit? Because I never started, which really surprised me because both my parents smoked and my sister smoked, but I hung around a bunch of guys that were high school jocks, and none of us ever smoked. Vegas says he does not hoard his finds anymore. He only keeps the gold and silver that he finds. Well, if you're only going to keep two things, the gold and silver are the two good things to keep.
That and the lead. And the keys, man. You got to keep the keys. You know, and you really don't want
to. Pat, Jim wants to know what your little detecting rats cost, your glass rats.
Yeah, I think I had already said he can get in touch with me through Messenger or email, whatever, and we'll work out getting him one. You know,
Frankie says he put a lot of his old finds in a historical society in town here. Good for you, Frankie. That's what Dirt Troll and Troy did. He got together with the Historical Museum in St. Petersburg, where he lives, and he took them in a whole huge tray of his finds. And I think they took 23 or 27 items of Troy's that were related to St. Pete, like a St. Pete chauffeur's badge, junior police badge, a police convention badge, different things that had St. Pete on them or that were related. So yeah, Troy's got a whole bunch of items in the St. Pete Museum. I recently was digging an area called Tarpon Springs. Pat knows where that's at. Dalton and I were doing a permission there, and I got a good for 5 cents in trade token that has the company name of R.L. McNeese on it. It says Tarpon Springs, Florida. I called the Tarpon Springs Historical Society. They put me in contact with their president, and I gave her the information, and she has never heard of that company or this thing. So they're having their archivist. I always have trouble with that word. They're doing research, and she said if I would be willing to, they would love to have that token in their museum and historical society. So I will probably be donating my first item to the historical society. Clark's Cove says they're not worried about Dalton because us old guys aren't going to be able to keep up with them. Well, good for you guys, because there's going to be a lot of us that are just going to be seeing Mr. Dalton's dust in the back.
Yeah. As soon as the prayer is over, you ain't going to see nothing but tail lights. He'll be gone.
So Dalton's going the opposite. I'm not going to give exactly away where Mr. Dalton's going to go, but he's going in the opposite direction we went in last year. I actually might, I may go out where Dalton's at because I didn't hunt that section last year because after lunch I was pretty tired. So I went and hit the field where the horses were in the corral because that was the closest field to me. So after lunch I hunted different areas that you and Troy and Dalton hunted. I did the horse corral, which was right near the food tent. And that's when I felt bad because I pulled out my carrot to pinpoint an item in the ground, and all the horses saw that orange Garrett carrot come out, and they all came over to me and started nudging me and wanting the carrot. And I felt so bad. It wasn't a real carrot. So I
Yeah.
literally have a note on my Florida Hunt 7 gear that says, "Bring a bag of carrots."
There you go.
And I'm going to treat the horses to a bag of real carrots.
Absolutely. And a backpack, because I probably would have stayed out and said screw lunch, except for the fact that I had to go back and peel off some layers. And it's like,
See, that's funny because we were just here's Kay talking about that, saying she's wearing a small backpack. I've got a regular, school backpack, and then I've got those little thin ones that have just a little drawstring that they give away free. Like I got mine from my Phil Myers metal detecting when I bought my Nocta Pulse dive. He threw in that little backpack. I wear that on the beach because it's small enough that if I want to take my headphones off, I can throw my headphones in there. I keep an extra battery in there for my pinpointer. I keep my toothbrush in there. I usually pack a banana in there and like 2 frozen of my Crystal Light iced teas. So as I'm walking around and it warms up, they thaw out, and and then I could just take and throw the plastic bottle into the garbage can. So I've always got me a snack. Well, Dalton flat out says he's wearing his backpack and he's packing. He's a big peanut butter and jelly guy, so he's probably going to pack a peanut butter and jelly with a drink. And I know he's already said he's not coming in for lunch.
oh no. And chances are, if you look close at his detector, you'll see one of those little holders that dispenses the poop bags, because he's not coming back for anything.
Michael Williams says he wishes he could make it. His sister lives by Orlando. Michael, Orlando's probably only, I bet you, less than 2 hours from Gainesville. Because even though they're further east, they're further north too. So it actually puts them a little closer to Gainesville.
Ugh.
Yes, I remember Clark's code wasn't there. If I said that, I'm sorry. But Kay says she's definitely wearing a small backpack. I'm going to have a backpack on. Robert says strip poker with a bunch of old dudes. He's going to pass.
And the Clarks should check with Greg and see if they could bring their side by side. Because there's a lot of path and trail around there. It might save time getting to a location if they were allowed to bring their side by side with them.
Yeah, I don't know if they're going to allow any motorized vehicles on the trails. Kay's digging it says 42 and 44 Merck seem the most common dates found. Yeah, we seem to find a lot of those dates.
Mm-hmm. It seems to be like the most common date that I've seen for Wheaties.
Pat Reed says quitting smoking is easy. He's done it a million times.
Yeah. Shoot, did it twice yesterday.
Stan says the meet and greet is at Her. I don't know what Her is. I'm assuming that's going to be a restaurant. Jim Steele says he quit smoking every night when he goes to sleep.
That's it.
Oh. Stan,
we need to
talk at the Hurricane.
We need to talk the soda companies into making pull tabs out of solid silver. Just saying.
Weigold says somebody slip me a C note so I can grease Park Rat's wheels so he can't get out there.
I'll get out there.
Charlie, did you get anything? Did you bag a Bambi, Charlie? Oh, that's a good question, Demon Rat. I'm sorry I'm 4 minutes behind. Does anybody use a fines notebook to log their fines in? I do not. I know some detectors do. I know some of them also mark their really good fines with a GPS coordinate. And I know, I don't know about other machines, but I know that some of the high-end mine labs actually have the setting that you can put your GPS location into the machine where the fine was so it can get you back there. Some of my some of my relics, I get those little like garage sale tags or like a flea market tag that somebody sits on an item for sale. It's got the little string with the little piece of cardboard at the end. Some of my relic finds, I'll tag with the string and put my date and time, or my date when I found it and what property I found it. But I also have this where is it? I have this 5 terabyte external hard drive, and guys, every single one of my video clips is in there. And I try and put a little note like, this is the 1925 Elford's permission. This is the 1918 Clearwater permission. So, I've got all my fines in my thing, so I can go back and see them.
I tried pinning all of my fines one year, and what I found is it makes my map really cluttered when I go to look at it because I've got a billion pins out there. And so this year I decided to start a notebook. That got old after 3 days.
I used to do it by the first of the year every year, Pat, and by like the 8th or 9th of January, you find yourself not doing it anymore.
It's like one more extra step.
Robert says the 705 coils have different wiring and connection plug than the Knox has. Yep, we were talking about that earlier, Robert. And Jim Steele, this is a great comment Jim Steele make. I want to espouse. There's my quarter word for the day. I want to espouse on this. Jim says, helping out. I once spent 4 hours on a hay rake baling hay to be able to detect the owner's yard, and it was worth it. Jim, some people here have been longer subscribers than others. There is a 2-acre property that Dalton and I hunted Thanksgiving of 2019. I knocked on the people's door. It turned out to be that it used to be owned by a relative of the lady that on my 1922 permission, I was brand new to door knocking. And when I got that 22 farmhouse permission on 2 acres, it literally changed me from being a park hunter to a treasure hunter. And she said, hey, my great aunt used to own this house up off Van Buren, and it doesn't look like an old house because they've had a whole bunch of stuff added to it, wings and a second floor. But she says, trust me, that's really old ground that my great aunt and grandparents had. So I knocked on their door. I told the lady the story about who I was, and I've hunted their family's property, and it used to belong to them. Would they mind? And they said, no, real nice couple. And she says, sorry, the lawn's not mowed. My lawn guy broke his leg, and he hasn't been able to mow the lawn. Well, guys, it was 2 acres. He does it with a ride mower. I didn't have a ride mower. I had a push mower, not self-propelled, but Denise calls it our Barbie mower. It's just a little 18-inch, 3.5 horsepower mower that you have to physically push. And I came home and I sharpened the blade, went up there with a can of gas, and then I took my electric weed eater and I weed eated it and edged her whole circular driveway. I weed eated all her flower plants and edges. And guys, I mowed the whole entire front 1 acre of her yard with my push mower. So it was down nice and neat 2 days later when Dalton and I came back to hunt the place. And they were so appreciative, guys, that I've had that ongoing permission for 1.5 years now. I could just show up, knock on the door, say hi, let them know I'm back there again. And that was my first barber in this county that I pulled out of there. It was one of my first Indians in this county I've ever pulled out of there. Dalton got a token of it was a scientist from the late 1800s that they called the modern father, Louis Pasteur. He got a Louis Pasteur token, the 1800s doctor. Really neat token. Dalton got a full cap gun out of there. We've got harmonica reeds. I got a silver-plated ashtray from the Lake Pontchartrain Hotel in New Orleans, and my barber there was my one and only New Orleans coin because they had moved to New Orleans. So yeah, Jim talking about spending 4 hours about it. Hey, I spent 4 to 6 hours at these people's house mowing, trimming, and edging their lawn, but yet I've got that permission basically for life now. Deej says she puts them in a frame with a tag. Make sure they display it and don't put it in a box collecting dust. You can choose to lend and donate. That's another good point, Deej. If a lot of people know that our club is allowed on the Fort DeSoto grounds to hunt Fort DeSoto, which is in a county park, but the fort itself is federal, a national park land. So our club has an agreement with the fort, the county's park supervisor that supervises that park, that our club has exclusive rights to metal detected grounds of the fort twice a year. Now we have to give all the relic and fines related to the fort to the museum at the fort. Well, we've been doing this for years, guys. They were doing it before I even joined the club 3 years ago. And I have found some great finds. The club has taken, or the fort has taken 4 items from me they've taken two 3-ringer, my only 2 3-ringer bullets I've ever found. The fort museum took. I found a 50 cal or a full shotgun, smokeless shotgun, one of the long ones we were talking about with the Grony boys in Pat's Zoom meeting. They took
Nice,
that
good.
because it was the first one found there. And I found a 1901 Indian head. They took that. And I found a gold gilded officer's button in mint condition from a 1902 uniform. And they didn't have a gold gilded officer's button, so they took that. Well, I have no problem donating that stuff, guys. We're here to save history, to make sure it gets off the ground. But a year later, I go to the museum and none of our stuff's displayed. And I said, I don't mind coming here and hunting and donating stuff that I'd love to be taking home for my personal collection. But if they're going to put this stuff in a drawer, the hell with that. So I completely agree with Deej. Well, we finally got with the county guys. The county built a display box. They had a brass plaque put up that says all items found on fort grounds were found by local metal detecting club SRARC, our metal detecting club. And they have finally hung that box on the wall of the museum. And they have told us, pick a date that we can get together with the museum curator, and then we can pick and choose how we want to put the displays in our box. I am so excited about that, guys, that we've got that display box coming up in the fort. So let's see. Charlie says he saw some yearlings, but he wasn't going to shoot them, but it was still a great time hanging out with his pop. Good for you, Mr. Charlie.
That's it, Charlie. And we got to get Dalton pointed in a different direction.
Reed says he's got a big finds bag, so he doesn't need a backpack. Well, I'm definitely wearing a backpack.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if it's super. Mr. Rusty Digger, Dustin's here. Better late than never. Expecting a foot of snow, but he's going to detect him before it gets here. Yes, sir. Definitely got to go out and beat that snow. Bill says he uses a fanny pack now because he puts all the pool tabs and bottle tabs. Don't take much room. For a long time before Dalton got a Founds bag, he used a fanny pack, and it worked out real well for him. I tell these long stories, and then I get behind on my chat. Heck, my finds bag is so big he had to get suspenders for it, Reed says.
Mm-hmm.
Rusty Dustin says hello to everybody. Robert says he canceled due to state restrictions, but if restrictions are lifted before Florida Hunt 7, then he'll be flying to the moon. That's great, Robert. I hope that happens. Stan says he quit smoking October 15th, 1983. Wow, and he remembers the date. Mark the Berg Hunter says, I use Gia to log in my better finds. It's GPS. Well, there you go.
Yep.
Mike sent you an email, Pat.
Yep. Man,
No,
you are behind.
Demon Rat, Cecil. No, the 800 does not have GPS, but I think right there Nick Haas is saying the CTX 3030 has it. Yeah, I knew one of the higher end mine labs had it.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Williams says he has trouble keeping track of himself, much less other stuff. Oh, I agree with you, Michael.
That sounds like a Shane Kubot kind of problem. Where am I?
And Casey says he does more research than detecting. Nothing wrong with that, Casey, because then again, I guess the detecting you do pays off because of your good research. Dalton does a lot of research and a lot of detecting, and Dalton's research pays off for us big time. Deej says she uses a small notebook to note where I find items on her large farms. That's a good idea. Bill says he was going to post a video of his greatest finds, but he thought a 3-second video would be kind of short. Oh, Bill, that's funny too.
That'd be a great name for a detecting channel. Empty
Whistle
hand metal
Pig Digging.
detecting.
There's another one of my favorite names for a metal detecting channel, Whistle Pig Digging. Good morning, sir, and welcome. He says hello to all. Welcome.
Good morning, Dale.
Is that Dale?
Yep,
Okay.
that's
Here's
Dale
another-
McReynolds.
I get to write on my cheat sheet. Okay.
He's a Tennessee boy up near where my nephew lives.
Robert Weigold says detect Ed carbon fiber shafts are very light on his knocks. Yes, Robert, as light as the knock says. Dalton has said it even made his knocks even lighter. Yes, Brenda. Pat definitely did some serious lawn work to hunt too. He actually went out there by hand with a scythe, and actually went and bought himself a new blade for his scythe. I remember that too.
Oh yeah,
Didn't you also cut yourself once?
oh yeah, man. Sharpening it and I bing, tip of my thumb right down to the top of the nail. I was like, oh. But I kept swinging.
I hate cutting through the nail.
Oh man, that was horrible. But it took a lot of work. And I go back to those lots now, and it's like, oh, I don't know if I can do all this again. I mean, it was great the first time around, getting everything level and keeping it level. And you get out there and you find some good stuff, but it's like, is it worth doing it all again, knowing there's still good stuff, but there's going to be less of it?
Pat, spell out letter for letter your email again.
Park Rat Metal Detecting.
All one word,
Yes.
and it's ParkRatMetalDetecting.
Mm-hmm.
Full words, okay, all one word. Park Rat Metal Detecting.
At gmail.com.
Gmail.com. All right, that's for Mike. He was asking Mally Man. There you go, Mike. Nick Haas says XP promised for years for an app that would work in conjunction with the Deus to do GPS logging, but it never materialized on the App Store. Oh, sorry about that, Nick. Thank you, Miss Cynthia. K. Charlie is a gem. He actually is a gem. Charlie's a great guy. Brooklyn Treasure Hunter, hey, thanks for hanging out with us for 2 hours here, buddy. Appreciate that.
Good deal. Hey,
Thank
if
you,
you're
Wayne.
not busy, remember in a half an hour, I'll be over at Mayor's Videos live stream doing an interview with them. So more to come after this is over.
Robert asked, how are people breaking their ears on their Mind Lab machines? Well, I know that I probably wrapped a few trees a little harder than I should while I was swinging. And then, like I say, the one time I fell with my machine, I'm sure that didn't do anything, having the coil smack flat on the concrete. But I personally think that the ears on these machines, whether doesn't matter what brand they are, why can't they make them an eighth or a quarter inch, a little bit thicker plastic? It literally would take a penny or two as far as plastic to make them thicker. I've never understood why they don't do that.
Remolding.
Yeah, well,
Remolding is going to cost you about $5,000 per mold. And depending on how many molds they have running at one time, you're looking at a serious chunk of money.
yeah, but how many hundreds of thousands of Equinoxes do you think they sold, Pat? Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands all around the world.
Oh, yeah.
We help clean sidewalks off the Hunter place, Petey says. Absolutely, Petey. If somebody wants me to come help clean their property and we get to hunt, absolutely. That permission that my club president Howard got across the street from Denise's house, 17 acres. Howard found a piece silver dollar in the backyard of the place. I got a buffalo, I got a Merc, I got a Rosie. Howard also found a Benji there. First time I'd seen somebody find a silver dollar, a half dollar, and a silver dime all on the same property. I found my 2 lead soldiers there. 2 of my 4 lead soldiers I've ever found there. It's a great, and we found a crap load of Wheaties, including a lot of early Wheaties. Well, right now that guy sold it, that we had permission for, to the building company, they haven't done anything with it yet, so nobody's been there to cut the grass. So if we ever get permission from the builder to do that before they start developing it, I will go across the street with the Barbie mower, and I'll cut down the areas that we plan to hunt. I got no problem doing that. Jim says he detected for the historical in the next county. I show them all my finds, and they take what they want. Yeah, Jim, that's pretty much the exact same way we do it here. Howard, I, and Dalton just hunted a historical society building grounds that used to be an old school from the early teens. Well, they had two schools, one from the teens and one from the 30s on the property that they now have the historical society building in. And Howard found that silver hair clip that was Mark Sterling. They took that, and they took that old clip that I found that was probably the book bag suspender type clip. They took those two items for the historical society. So it's going to be really cool seeing those items inside their building. Charlie says, I'm going to send Mr. Dalton an address to an amazing metal detecting event that is taking the place the same day as Florida Hunt 7 is happening, and hopefully he'll go to that one instead, and then all our problems are solved for Dalton finding all the silver. Well, that was actually one hunt, Charlie, that I found silver and he didn't. And yes, I wrote that date down. Dee says her favorite restaurant her dad took her to is in Vero Beach on the ocean. Seafood omelet sounds good this morning. Oh my gosh, yes, it does, Deej.
Mm-hmm. Sounds like y'all went to Squid Lips.
I know we went over there. Denise has a friend that lives over there that she hadn't seen in years, and her male friend came over and met us at a oceanside outside seafood restaurant, and we all had a great thing. And they had also had a rocket launch from NASA that day, so we got to watch the rocket go up while we were eating dinner outside. Reed says he donated a bunch of his stuff to the local storage society, but nothing was put on. So when they asked for my Chinese coin, I said, suck rocks. There you go, Reed. That's it. I don't want to donate to something to somebody and have it sit in their drawer that's marked, fines from this date. I want it out there.
Mm-hmm.
Mike says he sent you the email. Clark's Cove's got to go. See you Wednesday night, Clark's Cove. And remember, only 19 days to Florida Hunt 7.
Yep. I'm going to take off too. I'm going to grab a little bite to eat, quick lunchy thing here, and then I'm get ready to get over into the Myers stream.
All righty,
So,
Pat. We'll see you over there, buddy.
hopefully I'll see a lot of you over there. Thanks for hanging out, everybody.
All right, buddy. See you there. Miss Kay said she's wearing 2 garbage collection fines bags since I find that much. Well, yes, you do, Kay. Casey says I need to get up the urge to door knocks to permissions. Casey, it's not easy, but once you do it, I don't want to say it gets easier because there are still days I get gun shy on getting them. But the first one you get on the street or the first one you get in the neighborhood's the hardest. And as soon as you get that first one where you can go up and say, hi, I'm a local guy at Metal Tech. I got with your neighbor last week. They let me hunt their yard. They were super nice about it. I'm hoping, maybe I can hunt your yard and show you some of the things I find that are historical that might be underneath your ground. First one's the hardest. Once you get that first one, back when I hunted with Miss Alex, because Dalton, like I say, lives on the other side of my county. He's 30 miles from me. But Miss Alex used to be right down the street from me. Me and her could get together in less than 10 minutes. And her and I hunted a lot, but we have one street where we have 8 houses on it and another street where we have 11 houses that we've door knocked and got permissions on. Thank you, Kay. I know he was. Stan says you can mark your location on your cell phone using Google Maps. That's a good idea, Stan. Oh, Stan, there's going to be no shortages of buddies to hunt up there with. I got news for you. We'll let you know which way we're going. Kay says she needs to buy the carbon fiber shaft and the ear stiffeners to get her nocks in prime hunting condition for Florida Hunt 7. I may get the coil ear stiffeners, Kay, but I don't need to worry about a new shaft right now. I actually like the teeny little wobble that's in my shaft because when I'm on the beach, it turns a little bit that I can, when I'm doing the hole in the beach that I've made in the sand. So I've gotten used to my little wobble and I don't even pay attention to it anymore. Yes, Nick, somebody else told me about that. Dalton called me and said, did you see that, hey, Merrill broke his shaft? or broke his ears off his 1512 Equinox. Yeah, he wasn't real happy about that. Thank you very much, D. PD, Coin You Dig It is located here in Clearwater, Florida, near me. Me and Stan have hunted Clearwater Beach a couple times together. I need the pickup clip and nipple to replace the one that broke off my stock coil. I thought about replacing the entire shaft with an OEM shaft when it comes time to sell my Knox. Yeah, guys, I may put up my 705 for sale since I don't ever use it anymore. And then get another. Denise goes, "What? You're actually going to sell one of your pieces of equipment?" Yeah, but I would just replace it with another Knox and have another Knox as my backup. Cecil says he's got stuff in his GPS for gold prospecting. Kay, I have to decide whether I want the 15-inch coil or not. I'm thinking about it. Good morning, Susie Q saying hi. Hit the like. Thank you, Susie. I'm sick in bed. Well, feel better, and we appreciate you stopping in to say hi. Wow, we got 37 likes, guys. We're actually more likes than we have people in. So thank you very much for everybody that's come in and out and left a thumbs up. Somebody's giving us a thumbs down, honey. We got a hater. They're all haters.
They're just jealous. They're jealous you get friends and they don't.
Nick Haas says Cynthia, the gig master, has logged in all kinds of problems on his 2800s. He bought two. He did buy two when they came out together, Nick, just so if one went down, he would have another. I know he had water intrusion on one. I think he did break an ear off a coil on another. So I know he silicone sealed his Knoxes now, especially once they got out of warranty. He sealed them all up to try and keep that from happening. My damage to my Garrett pinpointer, my Garrett Carrot, was because water got into the motherboard. So when they sent me my new one, I put that, and I don't know how to pronounce this right, the dielectric or whatever it is, the little seal grease. My neighbor is a big fisherman, so he had plenty of that available. And I greased the seal around my Garrett Carrot. And eventually when my Knox goes out of warranty, I'll probably be sealing up my Knox's seals also to try and make that a little better waterproof too. But Gigmaster digs a lot. Jim, I wonder if the 15-inch for the Knox, though, is any lighter than the one for your AT Pro. But I've got a 15-inch Nell coil for my 705, and it's very heavy coil. Mike says it's coming up at noontime. He's going to pick the winner of the January prize pack, a 5-ounce copper round. Wow, Mike, that's a hell of a prize. Why is my other computer still showing Pat sitting there? Wow, there's that much of a lag on my other. Oh, no, for some reason it's behind. How did my other. Okay, somehow my other computer was 10 minutes behind the chat. Well, good, Susie. Well, we can't wait for you to come back in a couple of weeks. That's great. That's right, Kay. Tell Susie's body to act right. Y Gold says, I think Gigmaster is very rough on his equipment. He uses it a lot. He definitely gets his use out of his equipment. That's for sure. Treasure Outdoors is here. Welcome, Treasure Outdoors. Asked, how many more coils do you think they sold because of that problem? If they cared enough to fix the problem, they would, but sometimes money comes first. Yeah, I wonder that, Treasure Outdoors. You know, why isn't those coil ears just a just a hair thicker, that would probably make them. I'm not going to get the word here. That would make them mathematically that much stronger, proportionally that much stronger. Um, I do know they are honoring the warranty. If you break your coil lizard off while your machine is in warranty, you send it in to them, they will send you a new coil. So as opposed to them making money on it, I think right now it's actually costing them money. So even like Pat said, even if you had to make a different mold and you had to make 10 molds at $5,000 a mold at 50,000, I think it would save money in the long run. I'm not a big corporate tycoon, but I would think that would save them money by not having to replace those coils. Jim, I'm not going to argue that one with you. The doctors suck. They're the reason I'm having the problems I have. My sister went to a VA doctor for a throat problem, and they gave her some prescriptions, and then she did some research on her own and found a natural herbal remedy, and she started taking that, and it helped her throat problem. And then when she went back to the doctor, he said, "See, I told you that prescription I gave you helped." When it was actually her over the counter herbal thing that did better for her throat. Let's see. Nick says snap coil ears, flooded control boxing, charging ports malfunctioning, lower shafts filling with sand and debris, wobbly shafts, and then the headphone issue. But yes, I still love mine. And Nick, that's exactly the same as I feel. I haven't had any coil problem with the Equinox, knock on wood, but I did with my 705. I snapped my coil. Also on my 705, my pinpoint button stuck and wouldn't come out of pinpoint unless I turned the machine off. So I sent that back to them under warranty. They sent me a new repaired control box, and they even put a new battery compartment because they didn't like the way the batteries seemed to be too snug for the battery. So they even sent me a note saying we replaced your battery compartment too on my 705 control box. So I can't argue Mind Lab's warranty service. And then when I was hunting in the Gulf of Mexico with my Knox, I came out of the water and I looked down and I saw, as I was in the water, I saw bubbles coming out of my Knox, and I went, "Oh, that's not good." And about a half hour later, when I was doing the dry sand, it went belly up, and it wouldn't shut off even. It chattered for like 12 hours in my garage until the battery wore down. But again, I sent it to them. They called me up the day they got it and said, "I don't know how, but somehow the battery compartment leaked, and it fried the batteries." And again, 6 days later, I had a brand new control pod. And yes, my shaft is wobbly. I told everybody earlier, "Hey, D, yeah, are you around? All right, when you come out, I'm going to ask you to grab my machine out of the garage." But yep, Nick, still love mine too, even with all the, obviously it's not perfect. Robert says he caught wind that Mind Lab is raising their prices on Equinox. I have not heard that, Robert. Yep, Cecil, we were talking about that earlier. They make that coil protector strengthener for the 6 and 800 that can be 3D printed. There was a guy over in England that started doing those, and I'm sure there's more people around now, but you could probably order them right off of eBay or Amazon now. Deej, I'm looking forward to seeing that. Good job helping the landowner clear vines and dead trees off a half acre. And then, boom, she found her Merc, her white whale coin. Susie said she's going to bed. Bad headache, making it hard to read the chat. Susie, feel better soon. I hate having headaches. Digging Richmond is here. Good morning, Digging Richmond. Sorry, oh my God, I'm 12 minutes behind. Sorry, Digging Richmond. I'm 12 minutes behind. I'm trying to get caught up here. Is the Meyer stream on Facebook? No, Kay, it's right here on YouTube. He uses StreamYard also, Kay, so he can have guests in like I had Pat in as a guest. Vero Beach downtown on beach, not Melbourne. Squid lips for dinner. There you go. There you go, Deej. All right, guys, we're talking about our Equinoxes. And you can see, before I'm knocking stuff over here, if you knock that over, Rob, and break your. See, here's your connector piece for your upper shaft. First off, even on the lower shaft, they've only got one spring clip here, guys. On my 705, on the bottom one, they put two spring clips, okay, which gave it a little more strength and rigidity. But on the Knox, they got cheap and only put one side spring clip on that one and on the top one, okay? And this up here just never stays tight. No matter how tight you tighten it, okay, you got that. You got that right there, okay, that little twisty, which when you're in the, you can see the head. You can see how much that's moving. And Dalton couldn't stand that, guys. That's why he went and got the Detect Edge shaft. I don't mind it. I've gotten used to it because, like I say, it gives my coil a little bit of movement in the sand when I'm doing it. But yeah. And then what I did was like I was telling you folks earlier, I drilled that little hole right there at the bottom of my shaft, and that drains all the salt water out when I come out of the Gulf of Mexico. So you don't have all that extra weight inside your shaft dragging around when you're doing the dry sand or on the wet sand. So as soon as I come out of the water, all the water drains right out of that little hole there. So just be careful. I put that in my vise and drilled a nice little small hole there, guys. So that's what I did with mine. But yes, I'd like to get the coil stiffeners too. All right. Yes, it's on YouTube. Yeah, she's right. It's on YouTube. John, thanks very much, buddy. You're going to be seeing your video out this week. That's going to be thanking you for the silver that I found with your suggestion or your good idea. Oh, Robert has a friend who makes the coil stiffeners from his 3D printer. Robert, you could put his name or site or whatever on here if you'd like. Oh, you meant down here for the buddy Stan. Sorry about that. Stan, Treasure Hunter is local in the area too that was in this chat. Casey, I'm sure if you talk to everybody in here, they'll tell you they love their Knox. Charlie, yes, and yes, I guess we have to include him too. Because for Otis Silver, I would have actually won last year between me and Dalton. Of course, if your buddy Dave was in it, Dave would have definitely taken it with the half real. My shaft has wobbled for this last 60 years. Cynthia says, I'm still waiting to get a Knox when I grow up. You guys are just too freaking hilarious. The arm cuff, coil washer nuts and bolts are not too sturdy either. I am going to be bringing some extra coil nuts and bolts to Florida Hunt 7, guys. I actually found a supplier up in Gainesville. Last time I was passing through that way on my cross-country metal detecting trip up to Maryland, I actually found a nuts and bolt supplier outside of Gainesville, and I went in and asked them if they carried these type of nylon bolts, and they did, guys, and I bought a whole package of nylon nuts and bolts. So I'm going to have some up with me at Florida Hunt 7. So if anybody's interested, I'll just be selling them for what I paid for them, guys, like $1 or $2 each. They'll work on the 705. They should work on the Knox. I think they'll work on the AT Pros. So you can, I know Deej has a kit of extra stuff she carries, an emergency kit. I watched one of her videos once. The one thing I still haven't put in mine yet is a first aid kit. But this way you can now have an extra coil, the coil washer and nut. They're made out of nylon, and you can buy them through Mind Lab out of Australia, but they want like $17 for like a kit of nuts and bolts. And I'm like, I could sell these things for $2 or $3 and beat that all to hell. So I'll have some with me at Florida Hunt 7, guys. Robert says I should sell my 705 too, seeing I'm not using it anymore. I haven't turned mine on since the last time I hunted with somebody else, and I need to use a second detector. And Tommy, I completely agree with you. Yes, they do. Man, I am way too far behind, guys. I got to get caught up on this chat. Mama and Kay do an awesome job on a lot of channels. You right. Jim says I'll give you $20 for the 705. Nick says this that 15 by 12 will exacerbate your wobble. Yeah, I bet it will. They are great mods. Deej says Mulligan's Beach House in Vero Beach for the seafood omelets. Deej, I'm going to write that down right now because Denise and I are planning to go over to our Disney vacation resort this spring. Maybe she says she's going. Maybe if you know the vast majority of people get their COVID, we may push it off to summertime. Mulligan's House, Vero Beach, seafood omelets. Thank you, Deej. Yeah, because if we do get over there, I want to go hunt with Pat. I want to hunt with Brian. I want to hunt with Chad. One thing I did notice that with my 15-inch coil for my 705, it is not as balanced as my 17-inch coil for my CTX 3030. Tommy, thank you very much, buddy. I'm sure you're probably gone already by now, but thanks for being here, buddy. And Mike's talking about his huge prize pack. Mike does give away some great prizes, guys. Oh, and for you folks that came in not right off the beginning, I am starting a giveaway later today. The video will be out after this stream. It is a guessing giveaway. That's all I'm going to say. And it centers around Mr. Dalton in 2020, his great year in 2020. Once you watch the giveaway video, guys, you must leave your comment, your guesses on our video called Equinox Finds Silver Hotspots. I put that in this video that you need to comment on the other video, and we will take the guesses and the comments off the actual metal detecting video that Dalton and I did, where he found the 3 silvers when I hunted with him, and then the extra silver when he went back and hunted these same grounds again. Stan says he's got to go. His daughter's taking him to lunch. Well, good for you, Stan. Okay, I don't know who Steve is, but he admits he doesn't clean his equipment like he should. Also, I'm pretty anal in that, guys. I clean my equipment all the time. I wipe down my machines. I clean. I try and get all the dirt and fingerprints off the hand grip here. As far as the cover, guys, I've put clear tape over this to keep it from filming over, so I can scrub that down too, because I'm not going to scratch the plastic because I got a clear covering over it. And I make sure I take my coil cover off and get the sand and dirt out of that. And when I beach hunt, guys, I had a suggestion from a master detectorist to take the coil cover off your machine when you do the beach. That way you're not getting sand and wet sand in here and getting the weight and the separation, and you're losing a little bit of depth. And also when you're on the beach, you're not running into rocks or anything like that. So I take the coil cover off so it does not drag in the sand when I'm doing beaches. That was one tip he gave us among the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of tips he gave that time. I think the substandard washers contribute to the coil failure. Nick, I don't doubt that either, because when Dalton's coil went, they had to send him a new one. They did send him a new washer package too, and it looked like the washer package they sent him was actually better than the one they sent ahead with the stock machine. Kay says, luckily after 15 months, she's had none of those issues with the Knox. Well, Miss Kay, because I would imagine you take very nice care of your machine. One problem he had with 705 was the speaker went bad and the headphone jack went bad from the salt spray. Knox had to have battery replaced so far, knock on wood. Yep, that's about same thing with me, Robert. Whistle Pig, thanks for coming down. You get down here to Florida or Vero, please give me a holler, Whistle Pig. Till then, be safe out there. Thank you very much. Yep, I'm way behind in the chat. They need to have an Equinox 1000 that has all the fixes taken care of it, and then add the GPS to the CTX. Mr. Mike Doyle, good morning. Sorry I'm 9 minutes late in recognizing you. Sorry I'm way behind on the chat. I'm trying to scroll through it fast here to get caught up. Detect edge shafts have the drain hole near the coil. Yes, that's what I have heard. Detect Ed also makes the washer kits. Well, that's good to know too. Mike, I agree with you. I love my Knox too. Brenda, nothing wrong with that. That's why you have an Ace 250. I hunted with somebody with an Ace 250. They had no problem finding things. That's actually probably a good detector to start out with. All right, a lot of people are saying hi to each other here, so I actually might get caught up a little bit. Mike just put the link to Mara's video that's starting in a minute right there. Jim says, what is he doing wrong? The only thing I ever broke on my detector was the arm cuff, and it was his fault. Yeah, I hear quite a few people break that arm cuff. I might just take my arm cuff off my 705 and pack it in my gear just so I have an extra, because they're the exact same as the Knox one. That way I don't get up there, break an arm cuff, and then my day's ruined when I can have a backup. Nick says that detecting guy also sells the shore grip, which is a cool Equinox accessory. I've heard people like those shore grip things. General Dighole, he is here from Austria. Welcome, welcome. Watched some of his videos this week. His trip to Vienna, his water trip was absolutely beautiful. Nick, I completely agree. If you have to return to the car for repairs, you shouldn't have to be making repairs out on the field. It's good that you can do that, but you shouldn't have to. And Equinox needs to know some of these real life things so they can build it better for real life. Preserving the past, Mr. Chris is here. Again, sorry I'm 6 minutes late, Chris. It's great that we finally got to exchange emails and phone numbers finally for his next trip to Florida. Oh, KCL, would love to hunt with you too. Like I say, I'm actually checking it more now, guys, because Chris was down here one time and I didn't check my email for 2 weeks, and I miss preserving the past archaeology coming down here. I've been dying to meet him and hunt with him, and I missed him, and it was my fault, and I felt really bad. So I'm now checking my email more often, guys, on my iPad. Brenda, you're exactly right, because that is a pretty big investment for I bet I could set up a shop at Florida Head 7 with spare parts and make enough to pay for the entry. Oh, Nick, you'd make more than that. You'd probably come home with some change or some profit jingling in your pocket. All righty, Mike, we'll see you over at Mayor's in a little while. Miss Kay says she's back. All righty, Bill. Brenda says she's ready. She screenshotted a cheat sheet. Appreciate that, Brenda. Thank you. I'm doing very well, Mr. General, Mr. Geoff. Appreciate it. Well, Robert, that's true, but the guy was telling us that your coil covers are made out of soft plastic, but yet your coils are made out of extremely hard plastic. And I have never even worn out the soft plastic on mine. Of course, living in Florida, I'm in a sandy area. I'm not doing places like Kentucky. I hunted one time in Kentucky. Oh my God, was it rocky up there in Kentucky? And I imagine Georgia, you got to deal with all that red clay. But down here in Florida, it's mostly sandy soil and on the beaches. So yeah, I understand your point, Robert, but I haven't had any problem with wear on my coil bottom. doing the beach. Wait till the new XP comes out with the multi-frequency. Yeah, Chris, I know a lot of people are looking for that. All right, well, let's. I guess everybody wants to wrap up and go over and see Marlon and Pat over on Marlon's channel. So, Casey says he never used coil in my AT Pro cases for the dirt, and we'll get one after that. What tears up my coil cover break when you try and take it off? Well, that's the nice thing about taking this coil cover off regularly. It does snap on nice and easy, and Mike says you're good even if you are behind. Demon Rat Cecil, thank you very much. Play with your detector instead. Don't play with fire. Play with your detector. Very good. Jim says he swung a whites without a coil cover from 1980 to 2015, no problems. Yeah, it's a pretty hard plastic. I will remove a coil cover once a week to remove the sand and dirt that builds up. Absolutely, absolutely. What Robert thinks that my lab coils aren't built as good as the whites coils. Oh, that was Venice. Okay, I'm sorry. I should remember that with the underwater city. All righty, we're going to go over and head over to mirrors now. I'm actually caught up on my. Actually, no, I'm not. The more I get caught up, the more it's. All right, let's all head over to Marlon's, guys, and we'll go see Pat and Marlon over there. Thanks, everybody, for coming here. Let's go over and support Marlon's channel, Mayer Videos, Maer Videos. We'll go over there, see everybody over there. Thank you very much, guys. We'll see you over there at Mayer's. Okay, thanks, guys. See you next Sunday. And look for my giveaway video coming out in about an hour.